Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. Today, we continue Sable. I have really put a lot of thought into this game and how it's going to end. So I predict, although you never quite know, I predict that next Wednesday will be the finale of Sable. And I think I will probably know that by the end of the night tonight, if it doesn't end tonight. I kind of don't... I'm not looking forward to it ending. I'm having kind of an amazing time. So let's go through what this game is and what the plan is for tonight. And then I will briefly touch on the plan for next week. But I want next week to serve mostly as just a finale. So, there are a lot of things we still need to learn. First and foremost, this man is a hunter. He says his partner is stuck somewhere up there because they were hunting and he needs my help to get down. We're gonna help him. First of all, we're protagonists in a video game. Second of all, this might get us a hunter's mask, some kind of mask. Which brings me to why I'm talking about masks. I am Sable. I'm the character Sable. I am going on a quest, which is called the Gliding. The Gliding is a open-end exploration. It serves as the beginning of this game, but it's the beginning of her adulthood. And everybody that grows up in her culture or her tribe goes through this process. And apparently there are different humans or humanoids out here that don't go through that process. But this is what the Gliding is. It says, when you leave home, there's not a description here, so I'll summarize. When you leave home, explore the world at your own pace, do what you want to do, interact with who you want to interact with, but collect masks. After about 4 masks, I want to say, maybe 5 I collected, I'm not quite sure anymore, I got a letter in the mailbox system that they have from my mom that said, hey, I know you're doing a great job out there, come home whenever you want. Return to where you left, and that will be the end of your gliding and the end of your journey. This is both in-game and external way of telling the player and Sable that it is my choice when the gliding ends, when the game ends. And ideally, that happens when you have found the mask that represents who you are and who you want to be going forward. That is the major framework of the game. Secondary to that, and maybe more important or equally important, is what you are learning when you're on the gliding. Learning as a person, right? This is about maturing and coming of age, but also learning as the mysteries of this world and this game. Some of those mysteries include, but are not limited to, these crashed ships where I get messages and logs when they were crashing and coming to this planet. It seems like they weren't planning on coming here, but they crash landed here. There was some terraforming. Sable and her people might be descendants of humans that came from Earth. That is canonical, that they came from Earth. This is not Earth. There's also a planetarium type thing that we got to discover a couple episodes ago, which I will likely revisit for context. There is there are these rings that come out of the ground that if you race through, it activates this tower, and inside that tower are, let me pull it up, these rings here. I have 4. I believe there are 6. So I'm going to look into that some more. Then last but certainly not least, and maybe the most important, is Queen Chun. There is a giant being that asks me to return these eggs that I find throughout the world. And when I do return them, she cries a tear of joy that enters my being, and I then become increased stamina. So the plan today is to wrap up the mysteries of the world. What's with these ships that crashed? What's with these rings? Where do they go? How many are there? I'm suspecting there's 6. That's the pattern of the game, is there's 1 in each area. Let's wrap up this task. We can get the entertainer's badge. We can maybe get a mask here with the quest that we're doing. We can speak to this person once they've returned and wrap up that quest from last episode. So this is really now about wrapping up the quests. And while I wrap up those quests, it really truly is about trying to figure out who is Sable and who is Sable for the rest of her life. Personally, I'm not super committed to the idea that you make a decision when you're like 17 and that's what you are for the rest of your life. But I am committed to the idea of answering that question in the game, genuinely. So within the context of the game, I want to do my best towards the solution that Sable and her people would want. That's the plan. I suspect, just based on the little I know of this game, that today it will take several hours to wrap up these quests, and next week will be kind of the finale. So that's my plan. Step 1 is whatever this climbing challenge is right now, and then we'll decide what quest to do from there. I want to just point out one thing, which is the coolest thing. Mask from the whale ship, which is the major ship that crashed. Cartographer's mask. These are the people who map out the world. Child's mask. This is what you started with. Look how small it is on me now. The machinist mask. These are the people who make the hover bikes. The guards mask. These are the guards, and I've done favors for them. The beetle mask. The innkeepers have me do tasks with beetles, and it moves and flickers, and it's super creepy. This is the mask, the very first mask you get in the game other than the child's mask. The merchant's mask, I literally bought this. The sandworm mask from the ruins of some sandworm creature that inside was quite alive, and somebody sacrificed himself thinking it was some type of deity. The scrapper's mask, I should have gotten this much sooner, but I got this by eventually paying attention to the tooltip and finding the scrapper, and I had more than enough to sell him everything he needed. The shade mask, this is like the Thieves Guild quest. This is a mask that is passed on to people who cause fright to those in power doing injustice to the poor. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, including my starting mask. There's at least 12. Sorry, where are the badges? Where are my badges? Sorry, I don't find the... There we go, badges. If I get one more climbing badge, that's mask number 12. Entertainer's badge, I haven't got it yet, but I got the 3rd badge. So that's badge number 13. And these ones are already turned in. So at least 13 I have access to soon. I just need the climbing badge. I don't know how many there are. I thought I had read that there's 9. Clearly that's wrong. So here we are. We're getting started. That was a little bit of an extended intro. It was like almost 10 minutes. And the reason I did that is this will set the stage for the finale of the game. So hopefully I won't repeat all of that information too much. Now it's a matter of doing it and meeting the objectives that I set out for me, the player, and for Sable, the character. Let's go. Let's talk to this guy just to remind ourselves of exactly what we need. Thank you for going up there for me. I really can't stomach climbing it myself. That's right, he's afraid of heights. Let's get a little water. Don't know why I did that so loud. I bet the mic cut most of that out. Say goodbye. I actually don't know exactly where we're going. Up. Let's see what the quest says. Let's actually see what the quest says. Oh, you know, I didn't mention at the Tomb Queen. Did I mention this? Anyways, I had already gotten one. We're 5 away from having 100. And the next turn in is at 20 and I have 15. So it lines up. 100 is the next turn in. I'm kind of expecting something big to happen then, and for that reason I'm like holding off a little. I want to bring her more than 100. The Tomb Queen and the Tomb Eggs have been by far the biggest surprise in this game in the best possible way. And I love when games surprise you, and the Tomb collectible and kind of oddball storyline has just really brought kind of a special feeling to the game. I don't know how else to say it. I also have no idea how I'm going to get up here. So that's why I mentioned this is likely to take several hours, because I have to kind of figure this out. We have a ton of stamina, but the geysers, we're on some kind of geyser thing he said before. I suspect this is going to take quite a bit of back and forth jumping and gliding. And I see kind of a line in the rocks here. This is going to take several times. I'm already seeing something I've done wrong. So we're looking for rest spots. Actually, you know what? I bet I can get over to that ledge. Oh, having so much stamina. Let's try this. Hey, Eva, welcome to the show. I just gave kind of a breakdown for the plan for tonight, so sit back and relax and enjoy the ride. Always great to see you, though. And you almost always make me laugh. Almost. I have tried to ride certain gaseous expulsions before, and they didn't work. So I don't know if this one is, but we're gonna try it again. We're really just trying to get to the top of this. Oh, those are birds. Couldn't tell. And of course we're looking for Tomb Eggs. We can't be without a Tomb Egg. I'm not going to give up on each individual level right away. I'm going to just keep looking for Tombs. I'm going to Tomb it up. A little bit of left, a little bit of right. Oh man, having this much stamina really makes this game easier. Okay. So already... well, there's a Tomb Egg right there. This is the Obi-Wan game. That's on Saturday. Saturday we conclude Lego Star Wars. Episode 9. In a way, the episode I've looked forward to the most. And the least. Tomb Egg! 96 Tomb Eggs. We're going for over 100. 100 is what we need, but we're going for over 100. I'm going to jump down a level just because I want to test this vent here. Yeah. Yes? Okay, so this is not like Mario where you just like shoot in the air or something, but there is a little bit of lift. Okay, so we will have to be using that lift. Okay, I've maybe... Alright, I've reset myself a little. That's fine. We were testing. Great. Like a lot of things in this game, there seems to be multiple ways of getting to where we're going. So this is totally fine. We're backtracking a little because we're just testing, and we got a Chumeg. That's #1 priority. Ooh, that was not a good jump. He slid back down. Ooh, I need to sit up straight. Oh, 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 so much stamina. Oh, what's with the ghost rocks? Yeah, something this game does, and that's an excellent question, and those are pink pools out there, and I have not looked into that. Let's look at the map. This is a brand new area for us, and we have done very little exploring here. And every section of this game... Ooh, what is this? Oh, I'm getting distracted. Oh, I don't know which way to go. I'm gonna go over here, because this just looks cool. So, but every section of this game, every area of the map, has just a very different landscape and ecosystem. Last time we learned that there's a possibility that terraformers were involved, and I'm wondering if that's why things are so drastically different. Is the terraformers either went berserk, or this is what they thought was the right choice. Oh, there's a ship here. Okay, this had no idea. So we're gonna solve these puzzles. Oh, my nose is just... The quest, as far as I know it, was get to the top of the mountain to... Wrong button. Get to the top of the mountain to help somebody. Basically help somebody get down. But already we've seen a ship. So... Okay, well, there's literally nothing in that room. Let's see what else is here. Okay, so this is clearly just a little ship part. This is more part of the scenery than anything. Okay, I thought this might be a proper ship that we would explore, but it is, yeah, it's not. But how long have these ships been here? 100 years? 1,000 years? 10,000 years? We're probably gonna figure that out tonight. If not exactly, we're gonna listen to all the logs and clear up that mystery. Tonight is about wrapping up every little outstanding quest. Long enough for rocks. Evo says, long enough for rocks to die and turn into ghosts. They do look very ghostly. If you look back, and we'll travel to other areas tonight, but if you look back at the first episode, it's very, like, American Southwest. So this is a radical departure, for sure. I'm looking around for Chumegs. We also have this kind of, like, weird, like, eaten away bit of the rock. I'm not exactly sure what that's supposed to be from. Like, what kind of rock material has a very solid core, but an outer side that erodes away, but it still stands. I don't know. Yeah, even though I don't think I'll make it. When I first made this jump, I didn't think I was gonna make it, and then as I got closer, wow. Ooh, okay. I mean, without all my upgrades, there's just no way I would have made that. My nose is like so itchy. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna just do a little rub. Perfect. Okay, yeah. I was actually kind of surprised I made that too. So, we're gonna use our angle here to look for some Chumegs. Oh, that one looks hollow straight across. Right there between the horns, it looks hollow. I don't know if hollow means I want to jump into it. It's hard to tell which geysers, like, actually will propel you. This one's gonna be really tricky. Really tricky. Hollow means you can put things into it. True. So there's like this like broken down green bridge, which leads me to think the correct next direction is here. Oh, here we go. This is what it looks like when it's hollow. Yeah, it's definitely, like, if there is some kind of boost effect, it is quite minor, so... Yeah, that's... Can I just walk on this? Yeah. Oh. Oh. Alright, not the most graceful of walking. Oh, tell me I can latch onto that. Oh, this looks like the person that gives masks. Oh, I didn't have to walk around. There's a hole in it. Alright, well, we know where this goes. Hey, birds. Oh, that's you. Let's see. Is it? This is a recreation of the person that's in the hut that gives you the mask when you turn in the badges. I don't know if they're magical or not, because you reach into their face and pull out a mask. Face. I thought this was like the clear-cut next direction to go, but now that I'm looking around, I'm kind of thinking maybe yes, maybe no. Well, I can get up here. That I know. I have enough stamina for this. Okay, and we're kind of assuming that that will provide some kind of boost. I can't get on either of those towers from here. That is for sure. That tower I just came from. Okay, I don't see this as being the right way. There's nothing over here that makes me think this is better than where I just came from. Okay, we're going to jump back and hope I have enough stamina. Oh yeah, okay, we got it. So the place we were before is actually probably better. Sorry, 1 second. Okay. Okay. Pretty easy jump. If I fall, I have to start over. I'm gonna be really annoyed. I will fall for a chumig, but don't want to. I do also want to check out those pools out there. Okay. This is gonna be close. I descend quite a bit. Oh boy. Oh no, I got that. I have enough stamina now. This looks doable. It is honestly very hard to gauge in this game. I'm not exactly sure why, but yeah. Okay, I had plenty. I was worried for no reason. Oh, is that the guy I'm looking for? If so, this was actually a little bit easier than I had thought. Let me go up one more. Might as well. Okay, I was actually a little worried this would take me like a solid hour, and it's really more about 15 minutes of this effort. So that's great. Oh, Chumig! Chumig! Here we go. Yes. Chuming up 97. This nose itchiness, though, is not okay. Alright. I mean, we've got this jump. I don't know why I'm worried about it. That wasn't even close. Okay, yeah. Stressing for no reason. A good day! We might get the last climber's badge, which means we get the climber's mask. Which is a mask that it's in consideration for my final mask, because I climb so much and I like climbing and exploring. What voice does Climber Dylan have? Hello there, Glider. Nope, I did that voice last time. Hello there, Glider. What have you, huh? Dylan looks perfectly content, even happy. Taking in the scenery alone, I gaze briefly out to the horizon. Let me actually do that. It is a nice view. What are you doing up here? What's it look like? I'll tell Dylan that I've been sent by Zebby to encourage him to come back down and continue their journey together from a less frightening height. Dylan shakes his head. Zebby, what a killjoy. Here, have a look at this and tell me you'd come down. Look at that beautiful beast. Ah, there is more climbing. I thought as much. So thirsty. So thirsty. It's called a pink neck. Ever heard of them? Native to the Sodic Waste, this area of the map. People say that they're direct descendants of the creatures that came in on the whale. Ooh, okay. So this is a two-part mystery. This is a quest, but a mystery. The thing about the whale and the ancient people and the humans that came is it seems like people know about them, but nobody just tells you. There's no exposition dump. You have to figure it out yourself. That one's got a whole clutch of eggs ripe for the taking. Well, don't take them all. Just take like one. I just need to figure out how to get them. How does one do that? I've been thinking the best way is probably to frighten the mother off with something shiny, and then get the eggs once she's gone. You're collecting masks, right? If you've got anything shiny and metallic, that might do the trick. I tell him I'll think on this, and try to be of assistance. He thanks me and returns to birdwatching. Okay, well, I have plenty of masks, so my first thought, first of all, is to click on the correct thing. My first thought is this mask should theoretically scare off everything and everybody. This is just super creepy and gross. But he specifically said metallic, so I'm guessing, yeah, the made from rough parts of old ships, beaten smooth. Yeah, this has got to work. That's pretty straightforward. Does he? Nope, he doesn't actually indicate whether that's true or not. So now, as I suspected, how do we get up there? Okay. So, without riding the bubbles, because I feel like that is possibly a risky proposal, I think the best way is to jump from tower to tower. Kind of exactly like one might imagine. Ooh. Maybe I am wrong. That is a really big gap. Shoot. We're going for it. We're going for it. This one is gonna be close. Oh, that's not gonna be that close. I never know. I never know. Oh. Okay, here we go. I mean, it wasn't not close. Okay, great. Great view up here. If I go out of my way, I could ride those bubbles, but That doesn't make sense at all. So, yep, we just go for it. Oof, I could have jumped closer to the edge, so if we are off by like 2 inches, that's on me. Oh, no, we got this. Man, we got this. Okay, this quest is probably very difficult if you don't have like 5 stamina grids. I'm probably maxed out at my next turn-in, so I think this is a case of being rewarded for exploration, which is a great feeling when you're still playing a game. Oftentimes you'll get something like that after the game, or like New Game Plus, or you know, you've defeated the final boss. But this game's giving it to me right now. Alright, don't attack me, bird. Let's see what this bird looks like. Oh. Oh, good, he flies. So that's supposed to be a direct descendant of the people that came from Earth. But it's obviously future Earth, so who knows? No, I don't want to take them all! I don't know if they're going to be able to make more. What if this is like the last of their species? Great. Sable, we just disagree here. Alright. Having connection issues, sorry. I think I have too many things open. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm managing the stream. Okay. Alright, I mean, that was it. That was... Wait, oh, shoot. Look around. Oh, hey, before I have really no reason to be up this high ever again, let's check this other point. Because, I mean, there could be a Chumag up there. And it actually seems completely reasonable to jump onto. And we'll try to... Oh, shoot! Oh! Okay. So I guess sometimes those bubbles shoot you way up into the air. Cool. Did I finally just get the, like, waypoint or the fast travel point? Wow, that was crazy. That actually shot me way up in the air. That's kind of what I was hoping the other ones would do, and they just didn't. So I have been to all of the highest points out here. That's just a fact. Okay. Cool. Kind of wish the draw distance was a little better. This is quite high. Cool. Alright, that's fun. Cool quest, pretty straightforward. And I should get the climber's mask? Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Well, would you look at that? Hate to admit it, but you might be a better climber than me. At least a better bird scarer. Birds tremble before my might. I suppose I should get back to Zebi. But before I do, you deserve this. That's like no climb I've ever seen. Certainly not by an amateur. Oh, I'm no amateur. And I get the climbing badge. Once I saw his reptile face, I knew I'd get the climbing badge. Dylan hands me the climbing badge, and I thank him for it. Good day, sir. See you around, glider, and thanks. I say goodbye to Dylan. Okay, that was weird. It was like, look at 30 completed quests, and this is the game with actually not that many quests. So it sounds like a lot, but You have to fight this. I wonder if I've done all the quests. Have I done all the quests and gotten all of the masks? I mean, I'm basically 100%ing this game. So I have enough climbing badges for a mask. I have enough entertainer's badge for a mask. We will get it, but it is not. It is not time. There's like so many things I need to do. Okay. We want to explore. We want to explore this ship because I think this is the 6th and final ship, if I kind of remember things correctly. Yeah. Yeah, and then we'll head back to the whale, to like basically turn that in. I think we get a new bike. I saw one, but before we do that, we are absolutely going to check out these pools. This is a game about exploring as much as it's about anything else we're doing. So when I see something cool like that, these just like multicolored pools, we're gonna go check those out. Oh wow. And I was hoping to find the town. I have not found the town out here. I kind of wish I didn't have to hold down this button. Are these look like maybe little huts? Let's see if I can call my bike. There was, after the last patch, they made some upgrades to the bike, but also there's some bugs. Okay, so it doesn't kill me to go into it. That's a good sign. Come on, bike. Get out of there. Yeah! I don't actually know what these are for, but that's okay. I would guess that there's some kind of like algae pools or just something like that. Maybe the people come by and like skim off them for food. Maybe it's like a renewable resource, or maybe they're just like toxic waste. This is called the sodic wastes. My unconfirmed theory, which we may be able to test, is when you go back over here, it's all these like broken shit parts and stuff. This might be where the terraforming like started or took place. Oh, hello. Wrong button. Okay. I mean, go for the smoke. We have yet to find the town, the main town out here, so maybe there is no main town out here. We absolutely need to explore this whole place, so. Is this the town? Well, hello. What's that mask? He's a salt harvester. Oh! Those are salts. Welcome to the Waste Glider. What can I do for you? Why are you out here? Well, they love salt. That's like the main, like, big city. They love pink salt. I've got some pink salt in my kitchen right now. I know what you mean. I got it at Costco. They love blue salt. They love green salt. So we work out here. Skin slowly peeling away so they can have a lick of the good stuff. Oh boy. Okay, the wastes are a tough place to be, but it pays well and it's quiet. There aren't many places like this in Midden. Midden is the name of the planet, but also the amount of explored space that we've done is also called Midden, and it's not very big when you consider the size of a planet. I think my guess about with like the jump and fall speed and terminal velocity is this should be roughly the size of Mars. That's my theory. Ah, what can I do for you? Okay, so hey, can I have some salt? It's in its raw form. This stuff is unusable. It needs to be processed before it's edible. But if you wanna try our salt in food, you'll have to head west. Oh, no, that's the town. I want to find the town out here. We have an exclusive contract for traders there. Can't be selling our goods to any old glider who stumbles past. Oh, but I got a dye pack. You've come a long way, so here's something to make your bike. Oh, okay, cool. I can change the color of my bike. That's actually kind of cool. See you around. Wow, I gotta say, I was expecting a little more. There might just not be a town out here. That didn't even activate a fast travel point. I don't have a ton of fast travel locations out here. Oh, man. I don't know where, like, the town is out here. This was kind of my... Looking at the map, this was kind of my theory that it'd be here-ish. But it is not. So... let's go check out that pillar in the middle there. Come here. Oh, no. Oh, hello. Are you... You're harvesting? You're somebody else? Oh, you haven't come up on. It feels like yesterday I set off my own gliding. Oh, okay. This actually confirms something. It's not just the culture of the tribe that I came from. It's other people also do a gliding. Evo says I should change my name to Speak of the Lost. How about Speak of the Explorer? Speak of the Explorer. That's what I'm really doing. I can never... Okay, I don't really care what this person has to say, unless they can give me a quest. Alright. Oh, that actually... This little, like... This little structure over here looks like it might be something, so we're gonna divert, which is all we're doing. Polling shows that name is unpopular amongst your demographics. I don't think I have enough data for demographics. Oh, this is, this would be, if I came from this direction, which I think I was actually supposed to when you look at the map, I probably was supposed to come from here, because, like, this is the starting area. This would lead me to a series of archers pointing an arrow, and I would find the person that I was looking for that I found last time. Do you think there's anything on these pillars, though? Like a tune egg? I don't know why it sounds like splashing water. I mean, I'm not going to pass up the opportunity for a tune egg. Tune egg. It'd be nice if there was a sprint climb. I need to change my mask back. I don't like this one. Ooh, this is going to be close. I kind of just, like, jumped and didn't even pay attention. Oh, that is close. Tune egg. I knew it. I knew it. I have a sense. A sense of the tune. Alright, let's change masks. I like this mask. I like the horns, because then I can say, it's right between my horns. See? Very easy. It's got a beige tune. Here we go. Ah, good day, sir. Welcome to the collection. We are now at 98. Whew. It feels good. What is that structure over there? Wait, that's not the town? Did I already? Oh, no, that's the geyser. That's right. That's how I ended up at Geyser Tower. I thought that was the town. It is not the town. Derp. I mean, where would the town be? I came from this way. Now, this area is just so full of stuff that it's, like, possible I didn't see it. Hey, Serwin, welcome to the show. We're trying to find the town here, and I backtracked over here. I mean, I didn't go this far. I mean, there's no downside to exploring, because, first of all, we have the possibility of finding a Chumig, which is the ultimate goal. But, even beyond that, we have the ability to unlock more of these mysteries of this place. Come on, bike. Keep up. They released a patch last night, by the way, like a 17 megabyte hotfix patch, and I can't say for sure, but I do feel like they fixed some of the weird, kind of like skippy, laggy parts in this area. The starting area was like super well optimized, and then everything else kind of wasn't. So that's nice. It's nice when a small developer still puts out fixes. I mean, at least on Twitch, there's nobody playing this game. So the fact that they still update it, I don't know. I just think that's kind of cool. Maybe I'm too nice to people who make games. It just seems so hard. I'm not so nice when it's like Bethesda or something. Like, they got the money. Okay, well, that was pointless, I guess I would say. I really wanted a Chum. Is that a Chum? No. Okay, we're not. Oh, that was just a horrible jump. Let's go back. Redo, do over. Whew. Let's try that again. Jump. There we go. I mean, that can make like several feet difference. In this case, I didn't need it. I had plenty of stamina, but still. What ho? So these are all like the ship parts and stuff, and that's my theory, that this is just related to the terraforming. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. I don't need to speculate too much longer. We are falling. That was weird. Let's try that again. We are gonna discover everything there is to discover tonight. That's the plan. Are my lights flickering? Or am I losing my mind? It could be both. Maybe it's just in the game. Okay. Well, that's a whole lot of nothing. And there's no way I can float over there, so that's not an option. The Chumigs have like the highest draw distance of the game, so if there is one, I would see it. Okay, we continue to look for the town. Bike! To me! I think they fixed the bike, by the way. Which I'm happy. Okay, we put a marker here, and that's where we're headed. I can fast travel to the geyser, but we are not going to because we're going to take a slightly different path. We're looking for Chumigs, we're looking for clues, we're looking for campfires. Campfires can be seen really far away. As you can see, last time I immediately got distracted by this giant tower, so that's why we're taking a different way. This probably has a whole lot of nothing out here. I mean, that's That's a lot of the game. And that's okay. Wow, this is the border for the other land, and you can tell how different that is. That's cool. I like the contrast. See that tower there and those 4 glowing rings? We have 4 of those. 4 of those. And I believe there are 6 total in the game. I don't know that for sure. That tooltip is meaningless. But my guess about there being 6 is that there is 6 ships, there's 6 cartographers, there's 6 a lot of things. Is that a person or a plant? That is a plant. This happens to be in Joshua Tree. No, it's a plant. I don't think I can climb that tower. It's maybe just a distraction. Ooh, but I kind of want to try, right? Yeah, we're gonna try. I was trying to like, jump off the bike. All right. This is not possible, right? Yeah, this is not possible. No, I'm not even close. I should give up. I'm not going to give up, but this will at least tell me if one more stamina upgrade will do it. No. See, even another stamina upgrade, there's no way. I need like 5 more, and I don't think there's 5 more in the game. Yeah, that's fine. We had to try. I'll take some of these butterflies, though. Hey, come here. Ah! Salt butterflies. You know, I think I just realized something. Is the splashing because of my suit? I just got this suit last episode, and I haven't been wearing it that long. I think the splashing is from the suit. It's called the Whale. Made from an unrecognizable material. Wearing it seems to keep me at a constantly comfortable temperature. Oh, it's like a wetsuit, or it's like Dune. So it is full. Like, I'm liquid cooled. Okay, cool. I don't need that. Nah. Yeah, this is a good look. This is a good look right here. This is like, I'm in my slightly more mature but still trying to find myself phase. All right, did we just? Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, I think we're through the town, or through this whole area. This would be the only area without a main city, and I think that's what we just discovered. There is no main city. Okay. So that is just the case, and that's fine. We're gonna now explore the ship. I guess there's no city here. It is called the Sodic Wastes. Maybe people don't really want to live in a place like that. I'm still splashing. So it is, in fact, not the clothing. I just don't know why I'm splashing. As we learned last time, also, see the red glowing, that needs to be like a green glowing, and then we know we're done with the ship. So I think this is the last ship. So here we go. This is it. Let's explore this ship. I'm not done with this area even after I explore it, but what I'm predicting is some more information about the terraforming. I'd really like to get some information on that. I also wouldn't mind knowing why there's, like, the ocean sound as I walk around. It is really weird. Okay, can I climb this? Some walls you can climb in ships, some you can't. No, you can't. Okay. I wish if I had to critique the game, that has been a huge surprise and that I've enjoyed much more than I thought I would. If I had to critique the game, it would be Choom egg! No critique there. The chooms are the best. But if I did have to critique the game for something else, it would just be that they don't do a great job of messaging which walls you can climb on and which you can't. So sometimes you kind of take some big leaps thinking you're going to latch on and you don't. It's usually ships that you can't. We don't need any more scrap metal, but we will pick it up because we can still sell it. But we got the scrapper's mask. We had so much scrap metal that he just immediately gave us 3 badges. There we go. It looks like they've also... Wow, more scrap. It looks like they've also fixed some of the camera angle issues when you're going through narrow places like this. Good job. Good on them. They've released 2 patches just in the last couple weeks. That's awesome. Okay. Looking around. A ladder. I can climb ladders. Well, theoretically. I can theoretically climb ladders. Oops. Oh, before I do that. Oh, there we go. Hey, now this looks like a proper puzzle area. Is this the way back out? That is. Weird amount of scrap here. Like, weirdly large amount of scrap. Usually there's like 1 in these areas. We're gonna do a quick little choom search. No. That probably opens up. Nothing on this platform. That is unusual. Can I climb on this? I can. Oh, what hope. A ladder. A weird ladder. Okay, so this is powering... What is this currently powering? Okay, it's powering that. So I need this in a position that I want it to be in. So let's figure out where I want it. Actually, before I do any of that, let me figure out what I'm trying to do. I guess I'm trying to get into that door. That seems reasonable. I do that by connecting the power there and connecting the power there. There's already 2 batteries there, so I don't need to move a battery. I need to move myself. There is a piece of glass. So this will power that. Okay. I'm a little worried this actually seems a lot more straightforward. And this is probably the last ship you'll get to. You can do... The cool thing about this game is you can really do it in any order you want. But... That... Oh, is the issue that I can't actually make that jump? Is that the issue? That it's just too high? Is that... Can I jump off this? I can. Okay. So I can jump onto this. I mean, am I overthinking this? Can't I just float? I mean, let me just try this. Do I not need to solve this puzzle? This is like... Is this, like, secretly easy? I mean... Other than the camera angle, that was pretty straightforward. Am I missing something? This is like... I mean... Do I need to solve any of these? This is the default location. That's where that one was. Oh, the battery's up there. Oh, shoot. I feel like I almost could have grabbed that. I wasn't actually paying attention. Let me see. I don't know. Is this... Yeah, I can make that. I can totally make that jump. Yeah. Okay. Tell me this is not the easiest puzzle that we've had so far. That's it. You get the achievement when you open the final door. Okay. I didn't need to do anything. I'm gonna do a quick little look around because, I mean, I don't know how else to put this. I'm uncomfortable with how easy that was. I spent like an hour last episode on one of the ships. You have to jump from platform to platform, and you have to bounce. I mean, heck, I could almost do it from here. Well, that was just a bad jump, but you know what I mean. Okay, well, that was... Yes, this is the final room! Wow, that was so easy. That is so weird. I'm like wanting to turn around and just double check everything, but once you power the door, this is it. Okay, let's... this is it, folks. This is the final ship. Once I get all 6, then I can go back to the whale, and I might get more information. I'm hoping I do get more information. But this should tell us what happened after they crash landed. So we know they've crash landed, and they were discussing terraforming. One of them said, that's not going to help us. Like, we can't breathe on this planet. And they're like, it's not for us, it's for future generations. Which, of course, got my sci-fi brain churning. That we are, in fact, not native to this planet. And that we are humans. Descendants of humans from Earth. From 1,000 years ago, 10,000 years ago, maybe tens of thousands years ago. Let's see what we find. I say hello to Saren. A good day, Saren. Sable, your security clearance has been updated. Please proceed to the whale to authenticate. You have... Okay, so you're telling me to go to the whale. My hair's being crazy. That's okay. I just got out of the shower. Okay, let's see. This is it. I'm excited. Okay. Recording 06. So this... I did go in order. Either... Well, actually, you know what would make more sense from the game's point of view is it just gives you the next one up every location you go. So even if you go out of order, then they just give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That actually makes more sense. So anyways, this is recording 6, and it probably doesn't matter what ship you're at, as long as it's the 6th one. The text on screen remains a mystery. She doesn't speak the language. But this time, I barely look at it, as if it's lost to me. Then so be it. I want to hear more. This time, Captain Singh sounds different. Older. I've been running for 15 local years. I think that's about 20 in Earth time. Radiation levels are approaching critical and only rising. Between that and the lack of breathable air, even our children's children will need protective gear to do so much as walk between ships. Okay, so it's been 15 years. And there's still so much radiation and not breathable air that children's children, so we're going to assume, I don't know, 40, 50 years, depending on how they think of generations. Okay. Deacon finally gave up the ghost last week. Age, nothing more, just time. We've been lucky that way, I think. Guy never gave up on a corporate rescue mission. I'll give him that. It's stupid. Even if they were floating around up there, they would have no way of getting down here. At least as far as we know. That stuff in the atmosphere, who knows? We're going to visit the planetarium again, because I want to show this on stream as we wind down the game. But there is a sphere around our planet. And they weren't planning on coming here. Something happened and they crash landed here. Singh pauses for a moment and sighs to himself. Saren, I'll be shutting down your primary functions in order to preserve power. You'll be booted up once every few years and send some long-range comms. But that's a job I leave to future generations. But this way you'll have enough power to sustain yourself for a few hundred spins around this star. So a few 100 years. Hell, maybe more if anybody can figure you out. I think I'm the person that figured her out by putting the batteries back in. There's a break, and I think it's over, but I'm sorry things ended up this way. I had hoped better for us than to be stranded on a planet that wants to kill us. That's every planet except for Earth. But won't let us leave. Maybe be able to make sense of this one day. But if anybody asks, in whatever century, tell them I tried my best. Luther tried the best. Sorry. That's the rock. Now I need to take care of my people. For what it's worth, sir, I quite like the masks. Ooh, do we get some insight on the masks? Sing laughs, and it's sad but sweet. Thank you, Saren. Thank you for being there. He quite likes the masks? Tell me more. Goodbye. Oh, there's no more about the masks! Everybody on this whole planet wears masks, and we don't know why. And if you find some ancient statues, they're not. But if you find more modern ancient statues, they are. I take a minute to collect my thoughts. And then I say goodbye too. No unread messages. Whoa. I mean, the splashing is really annoying. I am going to literally just... This is not a real break. This is a close to title and come back in because the splashing is annoying me. But while I'm doing this, I'm guessing, well, I guess we don't need this up. You can watch me load the game. There's nothing to it. But I want to know more about the mask. Like, what does Sarah mean? Like they're just wearing masks because that's like they said they can't even go outside without them. So it's like, it was the beginning stages. So like, for example, here's like the whale. Like this is the mask. So is that the mask? Right? And then as the air did become breathable and people maybe descended from them, it stuck. Like wearing masks became part of their culture. Timely. Right? Like, there's no option to go without a mask, by the way. Like, it is assumed that you will wear a mask, and you go all over the world looking for different types. So the splashing's still happening. So I'm gonna pretend it's not happening. This is, like, weirdly, for being probably the last ship anyone would get to, this is, like, weirdly, like, easy and simple to figure out. There's also, like, very few, like, secret areas. There's very few chumegs. Let me just double check. It's kind of, like, weirdly yeah, this is just the most... Wait a second. There is one area... Nope. Sable, come on. There you go. There's one door we haven't gone into. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, it's here. We don't know what's in that door. Okay. Well, look at that. We have a puzzle after all. Would this maybe explain the, like, weird, way too easy puzzle that there is secretly a second puzzle? So that door is good. Okay, so when we walked in, it was on the middle. And now it's on what I'll call the left, I guess. Or right, I don't know. So now... Great. So now we're gonna try this one. Welcome, Renegade Puff. Do a little shout out to my buddy Puff. Boom! Check out Puff. Plain old Mountain Blade. And from what I saw, you were going with the spear, which was my favorite weapon in Diablo 2. I know they're not even similar at all. The javelin, rather. Alright, yeah, what are we doing? We just got the 6th ship. Also, welcome Raiders, we're playing Sable. I'm Speak of the Joker. That's all you need to know. I mean, you can ask me anything else. We just got the last ship. Oh, wait. Sorry. Let me just check if that power option worked. We got the last ship, and now we are... No. So this door is still locked to us, and I don't know why. Interesting. And now we are ready to figure out, like, the history of how our planet came to be. So, I'll recap when I get to the whale, but before I go there, I want to look around this area. Oops. I'm stuck. Whoa, I'm like literally stuck. Usually you don't interact with plants. So this is like the ship boneyard, or my theory is where all the terraforming was taking place. So we're gonna do kind of a quick little zigzag through here, see if we see any tomb eggs, and just really make sure that we have checked this area, because we likely will not be back. Today is all about wrapping up the mysteries to prepare for our final ending, which will be next week. I mean, who knows? Maybe it'll be tonight. I don't know. I didn't look up how the game ends. So we did the whale last time, and what I discovered was I couldn't access everything in it, because although I had found several ships, I didn't find all of the ships, and some of the ships that I found, I did not leave the power on, so the game, there's like a little console in the back where there's like 6 lights, and like only 3 of them were lit up. And I was like, man, I have already done 5 of these ships. So I had to go back and redo some of those areas. Not the end of the world, and it gave me a chance to look around some more, but kind of funny. So now we are ready to finish the whale. And what I'd like to do is hopefully get some more information. They hinted at the masks being like part of what they were doing. Like the fact that this culture wears masks, they kind of hinted at that having something to do with the events of the ship. Where are we? I have not been in here. Okay, this is new. This maybe is this maybe has nothing to do with anything. But any area I haven't been to, I definitely want to check out. We're going to climb that just to make sure. Yeah, so the question is, am I taking... Exactly, new mysteries. Am I taking... just every ship that I... also, Valor says, new chances for loot. Absolutely. We want loot. Now that I'm kind of like... Oh, and look at that. That may be a town. I have not found the town of this area, and I've been pretty much everywhere. But now that each ship we go to, we talk to the AI, and our security clearance is upgraded. So now our security clearance has been upgraded to the max, and so that's why we're going back to the whale. So we talk to the AI there, and we say, hey, we've been upgraded, so give us something. And we'll see. I already got the mask. Just getting there, they gave me the mask for that area, so that we have. So this might be... I kind of found, for another quest, I found the person that these all point to, kind of by accident, like out of order, so I possibly saved myself, maybe to my own detriment, but I saved myself having to search all over this place. I kind of found her right away. Boy, I really would love a Chumeg kind of, for my efforts. Ooh, but I am not seeing one. So this might just be the Chumless waste. Not the Sodic waste. I mean, I'm not giving up, obviously. We're just going to do a quick little peek around. Can I make that climb? My gut says no. All right. Ooh, that's far. Okay, that is far. Yeah, it's not happening. That's okay. I don't actually think there's anything up here. This area is full of areas where there's nothing up there. So that is my theory. No, not even close, but quick, around. Okay, yep. I don't think there was anything up here in the first place. So that's okay. Alright. On to what... I see a campfire in the distance. We're going to check it out. Although, look how much I can float. That's pretty cool. Yeah, this is new. This is unexplored area, but I also don't think there's anything here. Which is okay. Mike! Ah, there you are. They have very much improved the bike technology. That's the wrong way. They have not improved my sense of direction. Nothing here. Oh, you know what? The last one of these I saw had a Chumeg at the top of one of these towers, so we're gonna go for it. And we can climb this. I already know we can. This is nothing like the climb I just failed. Volume down a little. Exactly, pup. Might as well. I'm already here. I would be kicking myself if I... Oh, I've already been here. You know how I was saying, did they have improved my sense of direction? I know where I am now. I went backwards. Well, yep, I've been going backwards. Okay. This is where I started, and I was trying to head this direction. You know what? It's fine, because I got another peek at everything. I can say I'm comfortable with saying there's nothing unexplored in this area. I came from this direction. I went all the way down here. I went back up. There's just no town here. That's what I'm going with. So, totally fine. Now we're on to the whale. We have done all 6 ships. There are several things I know I haven't discovered here because there's signposts that tell me that there's things, but we've done all the ships, so that's what's next. And then, I already know what we're doing right after that. This is the night of wrapping up quests. Wrapping up mysteries. We are going to know all there is to know about this place. Look how massive this ship is, by the way. This ship is, like, full of other ships. This is the mothership. That water splashing is really annoying me. Okay. I probably could have rode my bike. Probably still can. I guess I kind of forgot how big this ship was. Bike! To me! No. Okay. It's a little too complicated. It's fine. Yes, I was right about the Chumi. I have a sense for them. There were like 10 Chums in here. So, something we didn't solve is there's a door up there, and that door was red. So I'm going to check right now to see if it still is. Red means you can't go in it. I didn't really think it would have anything to do with the getting of the ships, but you know, it's worth a look. So I've got all the ships. I mean, we're like basically done. Let's see, is that door still red? That door is still red. So there are a lot of just random red doors that we can't get into. Which is kind of like, it's like a tease. Like, are we supposed to be able to? I don't know. But here's what I do know. I think, Valerie, you were here before, where nope, there's nothing. It's one floor down. I was looking for this door for, like, literally an hour. When I uploaded this video to YouTube, I wish Twitch had some more features like this, but I cut in me finding this door the first time and then going, oh, I'll come back to that. There's a lot to explore. And then I spent an hour essentially exploring, but trying to find this door again. Okay, the last time I was here, some of those were red. So this is all green now. This is it. So we're going to get our final upgraded security. I don't know what that means, but please tell me more about the history of our planet. I think we are descendants of Earth humans who terraformed this planet. That's what I think. You can upload videos to Twitch too? Can I? I mean, I know you can like make highlights and clips, but I didn't know you could straight upload a video. I'm gonna look into that. Oh, apparently everybody knows about this. Maybe I'll make that a clip. Okay, here we go. I say hello to Saren. Oh, you do it a lot to cut out the DMC stuff? Yeah. Okay. And add effects like commentaries? Man. There are just so many more features than I even know about. Cool. Okay. Okay. I'm going to look into that. Thank you. I'm glad I mentioned something. Every time I mention something that kind of frustrates me about Twitch, I find out that's because I'm doing it wrong. But that's okay. That's okay. Okay, here we go. This is it. This is it. We're going to learn everything there is to know about these ships. You've recorded data. Oh, boom. Amateur historian. Am I an amateur historian at this point, or am I the expert on this topic? You've recorded data from all 6 ships on this planet. Thank you, Sable. I'm beginning to understand. Ooh, she did say planet, which again, this area is not big enough for planet, but maybe the rest of the planet is just completely uninhabitable. Whatever. Well, Saren would be the expert. Yes, excellent point, Puff. But I've turned them on at the 6 different ships. They were all turned off. Saren trails off. Oh, we're getting a little bit of an AI attitude here. An edge of doubt betraying their otherwise emotionless figure. You now have full clearance, Sable. Oh, I think they now know what's up because I've uploaded everything. Granting you complete access to the whale facility. Oh, I might be able to go in that other room after all. And I got a new bike. The bike in the chamber looks shiny and new, despite being ancient. I asked Saren if it's really for me. Yes, Sable. There is nothing stopping me from granting you full access to my facilities. Please avail yourself of this transport device. I assure Saren that I will use it to come visit as often as I can. I say farewell. I'm sorry, do I not get more information? Excuse me? That's... I mean, don't get me wrong, this is cool. I get a bike. Oh, I already have a bike, so I actually just get pieces. But let's see what the engine does. It feels alive. So movement made by driver. Okay, so cool. Yeah, Renegade Puff. There is a water sound when I walk, and feel free to be completely honest. Is it annoying? Because it's honestly annoying me, and I might need to like restart the game. I exited to menu, and it's still there, so I am willing to restart if it's annoying you. It's annoying me, but I feel like I can survive. Okay, no one read messages. Okay, so I can just look at the archive. Wow, I really thought there would be more here. Okay, let's go through the recordings briefly, and I will summarize. So I'm not going to reread them all. So these are the order they come in, and they give you more and more information. And I'm going to theorize what happened to this planet. But this could probably be a whole video unto itself. Okay, so the very first log is, hey, there's some reading from the upper atmosphere. Could be a plasma storm. What's our time to destination? 46 Earth hours. Okay, let's keep an eye on the energy signatures. Okay, we need to purge our reactor soon. If we don't, purging in the middle of space, that could be bad. So they're flying in space and something's going wrong. Okay, that's all we know. What does that have to do with our planet? What does that have to do with anything? Nothing. Now, log 2. Hey, Captain Singh. I've detected a potential pattern in the planetary anomaly. There's something strange about it. That's our planet. So there's something strange about it. Like what's going on? But it's a repeating pattern. It appears there's something sustaining the energy field, or like plasma energy of something. So what's the source of it? Okay. So again, they're traveling through space. Something's kind of wrong. They get a weird pattern. Okay, so now the crewmates are arguing. This is log number 3. So we purge our engines, and we've got nothing for the terraformers we need to land. Okay, but the radiation's getting worse. What are we gonna do? And they say, right here, I'm not landing on that planet. We're not landing anywhere until we know more about these atmospheric anomalies. This is the bubble that is around our planet. There may be life signs on the surface, but it doesn't mean that they're hospitable. But we do need this stuff off the ship. Okay. That planet is the whole reason we're here. If we don't get those terraformers up and functional, then we came here for nothing. How's that gonna look? Okay, maybe I was wrong. I thought they were like just trying to... It sounded like they didn't want to land, they were just trying to drop off the terraformers. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. This is why we're going back through it. If we go back without completing our objective, you can forget a promotion. Okay. Okay. Once we get within the range of the planet, we'll give Saren 2 days to figure out what's causing the disturbance. I don't want to fly through it if we don't know what it is. So They're trying to fly through it. Okay. Sit back, have a drink. Okay, so they're not freaking out too much, but the radiation as they approach the planet is getting worse. Override privacy protocol, financial officer, blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah, they want to keep an eye on Deacon. That didn't really turn into anything, did it? Okay. So, boom. Log number 4. Catastrophic failure in reactors 1 through 5. Auxiliary power is still on, but navigational systems are failing. We're going down. We need to do something now. So they divert auxiliary power to the landers and tell the other ships to do the same. So there's the whale, and then there's all the ships that are spread over this world. I don't think we're getting the reactors anytime soon. Okay, so the reactor systems have become unresponsive since we've entered the atmosphere. Once they've entered the atmosphere, I'm going to show you what the atmosphere looks like. It's creating quite a lot of interference. So the energy signature has changed, Captain. It's gone quiet. It appears as though it may be responding to our presence, right? Something's generating it. Remember they said before? Like something's creating the pattern. It's responding to our presence. Okay, plot a course to land somewhere safely. That's priority 1. We can figure out the rest when we land. Saren says, I can't do it. And so he says, I'll do it myself. Number 5. Here we go. This is when it gets interesting. It's so funny because I read these originally, like literally months apart. I've been playing this game since April 20th. I took a week off, and then I went and took another week off. So, but I've been playing off and on since April 20th. So we're almost at 2 months. So that's kind of why some of these details are fuzzy. So it's great that we're going through this. Okay, log 5. This is Saren. Long-range communications are still being disrupted. So they call it the perpetual, the energy. They want to get the shielding and reactors, blah, blah, blah. Stick to the comms array. They're trying to signal Earth. If you can't squeeze something around to get bounced back. Okay, we might as well get the terraformers up and running. If you don't shut up about the terraformers, if you hadn't been running your mouth, we'd still be orbiting, negotiating a landing on this godforsaken planet. We can't even breathe the air out there. And then the other person says, all the more reason to start the terraformers now. What is your point, Captain? Deacon, listen to me. We can't. That landing was hell on those things. Their rad shield is beyond repair right now. I'm guessing that's radiation. If we run these things, they will pump radiation into the atmosphere for 100 years. That's Earth years, not an option for us. Then maybe we don't do it for us. We do it for future generations, right? And then a quick recap of 6, which we just read. So this person, he's like the only one left, and he's like, we've been doing this for 20 Earth years. Radiation levels are still critical and rising. Between that and the lack of breathing air, even our grandchildren will need protective gear to walk around even between ships. Deacon died. They never gave up on a corporate rescue. Even if they were up there, they'd have no way to get down to us because who knows what this atmosphere is. And he says, and this is the part that was the most exciting for me, they shut Saren, the AI, down and said, you'll be booted up once every few years, try to send us signals, and then when that power runs out, some future person will have to plug in your batteries, which is me. That's what I did. And this is like in a few hundred years. So we are past several hundred years. That we know. But then this is the part that's exciting to me. And this was just a few minutes ago, but I've been processing it now. I was hoping they would say more. Now I need to take care of my people. And then Saren says, for what it's worth, sir, I quite like the masks. And that is what I think. I have nothing that tells me otherwise, but this game also doesn't do exposition dumps. I think the people of this ship, they wore masks. This is literally what the masks look like. And it became an ingrained part of their culture as they got further and further away from that. So what kind of mask do you wear? Well, it depends on your job. If you're a merchant, you're a sandworm. If you're a scrapper, you wear different masks. So that's my theory of where the masks came from. That's the whale. We did it, folks. Now, they did say I have full access, so we're definitely going to go check if that door is open. Wow, okay. I didn't really know what to expect, because this game doesn't spell anything out for you. Yeah, everybody had to wear masks for probably breathable atmosphere and radiation protection. And yep, and exactly. Their protective gear and over time became decorative. I mean, that's like... how topical. Right? It was like PPE, and then it became a fashion statement. Maybe somebody with something more profound to say about that will have a thought, but it is a little funny how it's not an unrealistic thought. That door is still red. I'm gonna go try to open it, but I just don't know if there's like any point to that. It's a bit on the nose. True, but this game came out in like 2019 originally. Well, fact check that, somebody. I don't actually know, but it's not a new game. Yeah, exactly. Maybe it's too on the nose. But yeah, they did. You're right. Okay. So what's the good of having access if these doors don't open? Wow, so that's the whale. So here are all my assumptions. Here are all my assumptions. Oh, this came out in September 21? Wow, for some reason I really thought this was 2019. Thanks about it. Or was that the PC launch? Because I think it was an Xbox exclusive for a while. Here's my assumption about the whale. People from Earth crash landed because of the weird energy that's around this planet, and they were coming here to terraform. They got stuck here, and we are human descendants. That's what I'm going with. I think the game heavily implied that. I don't think that they explicitly said it, but that's what I'm going with. Okay, this door still doesn't open. Maybe, I mean, any other game, it just says, like, inaccessible door, like, Fallout, it's just like, like, whatever, you don't obsess over it, but for some reason, this game, I'm like, what is behind that door? Can I type in a no-clip console command? I'm about to, but I won't. Okay, we did the whale. So we got the mask, and we got the ship parts, but we did the whale. Here's what's next. There's a lot. There's a lot next. Is it done? Yeah. So I don't know where they put it in. Oh, here we go. So it's here. We've done 31 quests now. It was supposed to come out in 2019. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah. So, who knows? Maybe they did a quick rewrite, too. Oh. Okay. So, the ancient race, I activated an old monument by driving through the strange rings. Inside the monument, I found a ring-shaped artifact. We have 4 of them. It says, a strange circular ring that I retrieved from a shrine buried under the sand. I can feel a light tug towards an unknown place when I hold it lightly in my hands, like a key that belongs somewhere. We have 4. I just realized. Let me check real quick and see if it points out anything on the map. Okay, it almost never does in this game. We have 4. We probably need 6. What I don't know is which ones we have and which ones we don't have. That's not great. I can narrow it down. We definitely did this one. Sodic Waste, done. We definitely did this one. It was the first or second one I did. That's done. I'm 90% sure we did this one. Right, we've done 4. So I would think here, I don't remember doing one at all in here. So that's probably it. And I'm like 80% sure we did one here. So that would leave here and here. I know I didn't do one in here. So this is the first one we're going to go for. And then I will figure out the other one I didn't do. I have no idea where to start. Actually, you know what? I do have a thought. Let's use the map for our advantage. Because look at this. Right here. Yeah. Look at that. This is a known location. I know that. And over here, I just did it. Where was it? Right here. That's exactly what it looks like on the map. Okay, now I'm excited. We can get clues from the map. So it doesn't label it. Okay, so this is where it is, right? That's where it is. So that is that one. And so that would mean this is that one. I'm 90% sure I did that one. So this one's a little harder because the whole map kind of looks like it. All right, let's do the one that I'm like very sure I haven't done. So, oh, I just cleared all markers. Wrong button. Fast travel. Okay, I'm excited. We're at the beginning of the show, and you can go back on VOD or on YouTube, and I kind of broke down the plan, but the short version of it is get answers to all our questions. And then decide like who we are. Oh my goodness, a Choom egg in an area I've been before. Hello. You know what Choom this is? This is Choom number. It'd be more dramatic if it popped up faster. Choom number 100. The queen asked us to bring her 20 more, and 100 gets us there. I'm not ready for that turn-in yet. I'm not ready. I mean, emotionally, I'm not ready. I mean, thematically, I'm not ready. But we are going to turn that in. That is a fact. But first, we're going to clean up all this. We cleaned up the whale. We have a pretty decent idea of how we got on this planet. We saw these plants. By the way, these plants were in the whale. So it's like, this terraforming happened from there. Alright, we need to find... Oh, I should probably go to a town and upgrade my bike now that I have all these cool new bike parts. Okay, so 1, 2... I don't know if there's like a right order, but I've done these. If there is a correct order to do these in, I've just happened to do them all correctly the first try, which makes me think I could probably go from either direction. But this from going up to down, that makes more sense to me. So here we are. Let us begin. Okay. Here we go. Sorry, that's probably really annoying. 1. I feel like I'm going so slow. 2, come on. Come on. Wait, am I going the wrong way? Oh, alright, not a great start. Not a great start. Is it Oh, it's okay. It's down there. Okay, all right. And we're starting over. That's okay. That's okay. Practice run. Don't hit the plants. There's not much acceleration, so I actually really don't need much runway. We'll see. We'll see if I just barely don't get this. No! Don't tip forward. Okay. Let's do this correctly this time. Alright, that should give us a little speed. Ooh. Come on. Give me it. There's a fourth. Okay, I was kind of assuming there was a fourth, but I didn't actually see it. Those look like giraffe legs. Just throwing it out there. Got it. Okay. This is number 5, and I'm fairly certain there's 6. Ooh. This is a linen shirt. That's why it's on theme. In case you're wondering, I usually talk about the clothes I wear and how it's on theme. I also might wear this Saturday, let's be real, for Lego Star Wars. But this is like a nice linen deserty shirt. This is something that, you know, you roll up and you roll it down. It's, you know, not super comfortable, but the air will flow through it and it will, you know, keep the sun off your skin. Linen's great that way. There you go. In case you were wondering. Okay, here we go. I don't want to like. I don't want to brag too much, but we kind of nailed it. We looked at the map, we saw a dot, we went for it. That's pretty cool. Would be even cooler if it told me anything about it. Is this? Something tells me when we get the 6th, we'll know a little something more. Cool. All right. What else? Beetle nest. All right. Let's check. That's the what is that? Is it the ship? No, this is the ship. That's the other ship. Okay, I don't know what this is and what this is. So in an effort to, I don't know, finish out the game, I'm not sure exactly another way to put it. We're just gonna double check everything that we don't know. Oh, man. This game. I did not think I would enjoy it even close to as much as I am. So, I'm excited. Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much, Valor. Have a wonderful night. Always great to see you. Okay. It's just cool. When I pull up the like little waypoint, my money pops up and my chew makes pop up, and just seeing 100, it's just really satisfying. Okay, I've trapped myself, but that's okay because where we're going, we don't need bikes. I can climb. That's all I'm saying, is I can just climb over this. I don't actually know that there's anything where I'm going, but we're just gonna finish out this area. This is the second area I went to, but actually, because it was so early in the game, I didn't explore it that much. I didn't have the stamina to climb like all of this. I couldn't have made this climb. This very simple climb that I'm doing right now, I could not have made this before. So that's kind of why I'm doing a little extra exploring. Look at this. I said very simple, but I almost ran out of stamina even now. Looks like there's a tower up there. Is that where I marked? Yeah. I mean, I think that's exactly what I marked. So we're looking around for Chumags. I have no idea how many Chumags are in the game. This is What? Okay, we're going there next. Let me mark that so I don't forget. But that looks way more interesting than whatever this tower is up here. Okay, cool. But the point is, with the Chumegs, this is, and I've said this before, I've been putting together a little highlights video, which I'll talk about next week, but that's given me the opportunity to look back at some of my old streams. And so I've made this statement before, but I'm going to say it again, which is, Chumeg. In the middle of my story, Chumeg. Welcome, brother Chum. Now I sound like I'm in the Chum Cole. Anyways, I've said this before, and so I'll say it again here, which is that this... Oh. Wait, what is that then? Well, I'm still going to go over there, but this is my favorite collectible in any game that I've ever played. I don't know how many Chumegs there are in the game, and I don't see realistically me finding them all because there is no, like, map system that shows you where they all are. I suspect that the 101 that I have is the majority. I don't think this is a game with 1,000 Chumegs. Just based on just average density, I've never seen an area with like 20. This is... Oh my goodness. Look how close this is. Oh no! Shoot! I actually think I can make that. Let me try a better angle. Oof. That was kind of painful. But my point is, I'm not going to 100% the Chumegs, but this has by far been my favorite collectible in any game. I feel like I can actually kind of just make that as a declarative statement. It also, side benefit, kind of a cool story, a cool interaction with the Chum Queen. Another side benefit, you upgrade your stamina, which is, as you can see, vital to this game. If I had just a little bit more stamina, I would have made that climb. So, yeah, just favorite collectible in any game I've ever played. And it might just be that I don't climb this right now. And that's okay. I'm not going to spend all day trying to climb something that I can't climb when there's this perfectly cool thing to check out over here. Let's check this out. I got the Chumeg that was up here. That's probably the most important thing. Let's see if there's any other kind of sneaky Chums. No. I don't know if I'm actually... Like, should I have approached from the other direction? This looks like a ship. This looks like a floating ship. This looks like a magnet. Okay. Cool. What? Is this the exit or is this the entrance? We're gonna find out. Mysterious Shrine. It's got a name. Oh man, I came here for the other thing on the map, and then I just randomly saw this. So this is... Oh, hello! Every time I meet another Bashitas, my mind wanders back to Sizzo. I wonder if she's hearing of my travels through whatever network connects their guild. Sable, Sable, Sable! Isn't this great? Sable is thinking of home. I'm thinking of home as we're wrapping this game up and finishing up these quests. What a great little experience. I wonder if she's proud of me. Think of her now as I greet this stranger. Oh, I love meeting gliders. Come here. What's your name? I approach and I tell her I'm Sable. Sable! Sounds a lot like table. You get that a lot? Actually, I don't. I tell her I don't get that a lot. No one said it yet. Well, you're on a gliding. More people to meet, the more they'll say it to you. I suppose she's potentially right, except I've interacted with pretty much everybody in this game and no one said it. And I'm fur. Sounds like fear, doesn't it? So, fear? F-I-R, fear? Sounds like deer. Sounds like sheer. Sounds like peer. I'll go peer. She looks thoughtfully. I mean, I guess. Anyways, I didn't call you over to talk rhymes. I called you over to show you something you're going to love. I'm pretty deep into historical stuff. Ruins, old-timey ships, and old books. Okay. All the old monumentalist leftovers? Wait a second. No. That can't be right. I just had a thought, which is, what if we're tiny? But we can't be tiny because Saren, who's the AI, is like roughly human size. Okay, never mind. All right. They just call them monumentalists. It's like such a strange name for the old people. I nod. Okay, well, recently I've deciphered a few monumentalist texts, which point to some sort of synergistic structures positioned all across the world in all different deserts. Yeah. Could they be waypoints? I offer to fear that the Ibexi, which is our clan, have often placed stone waypoints across the desert as markers for themselves and others. I'm not sure if it's relevant, but a little tug of homesickness made me say it. Sable's homesick. I'm homesick. Sable and I gotta say, we've been on the same page 90% of this playthrough. That's interesting. I've seen those sort of things before, but I suppose it could apply here. But I think it's something else, something way more fun. It's what she thinks they are. I think they're a game. See, we have this thing everybody does, where we look to the past and we assume we're all work and no play. Okay, I made this point like 2 streams ago when I saw some like artwork and I'm like, oh, it's ancient artwork. It must be a god. And I'm like, anthropologists are always doing that. They're always assuming these like huge grandiose concepts. So this person is making that same argument essentially, which is maybe it was just a game. Maybe they're just having fun. Maybe there's no like ritual sacrifice involved. Because we all see all that persists is their labor, ships and logs and tools and things, but fun. Jokes disappear, doodles get lost, while art survives, so we lose it all, and we go on assuming they never had any. So if you got time and the inclination, Glider, I recommend you keep your eyes open for the monumentalist architecture that seems suspicious or strange and responsive somehow. Can I tell them about what I've done? I'd say Glider on a bike is the perfect person to test my theory if you're up for it. Sounds fun. Thank you. I'll keep deciphering my records and report back. Okay, like this is the thing we're doing. And thanks again, Table. So this is these, right? This is it. That's exactly what she's talking about, or he's talking about. I don't know, actually, or they're talking about. Yes. Oh man, this is so awesome. Yes. Yeah, hello, here we go. Boom. And I am still missing one, so we're gonna go find it. We're gonna go find it right now. It doesn't look like I can... Oh, I kind of thought I would be able to interact. Okay, it doesn't look like I can do anything yet, but that's clearly... those are different symbols, at least. Okay, cool. We have to find the other one now. Oh, wow, awesome. Okay, I kind of wanted to explore this area a little more, but now I don't. Now I want to do the thing that I was going to do. I already did that. Let's just see if there's anything else here. That could be potentially interesting. I think, actually, you know what? Now that I'm remembering this, I think I had to crawl along all these structures to get to the cartographer's balloon. That's my theory. But I think I did the one here. All right, let's look for a circle of the right color. This looks a little different, doesn't it? That's where we're headed. I'm just honestly trying to remember which areas I've done and haven't done, and that one seems like it. I remember kind of rushing and doing this one right away because this area is really like poorly optimized and the game was like skipping and lagging. So I wanted to like just get it done. I'm just go ahead and I'm just assuming that that's it. So I'll before I do that, let me jeez, I did it again. I keep hitting the wrong button. Oh no, which one was it? This one? Before we do any of that, I'm gonna head to town and I'm going to sell my scrap, this thing that I have now, and I'm going to get my 2 more masks. I don't know if this one will result in a mask, this last quest here, but I don't know. It will not probably result in a badge. So this is a person you sell the scrap to. Hello. Sell all scrap. Yeah, man. I was so short on money this whole game, and I just had no idea the scrapper was here until I paid attention to the tooltip. Okay, I'm gonna take the long way, because apparently I don't know what I'm doing. How about this? Lazy! That was much faster. Okay. But also, I want to upgrade my bike. Or at least convert it. Customize bike. So... Ooh, this is just faster. Ooh. Ooh, we get some fun color. Ooh, oh, this is the color. Look at that. So that's where it is. Okay, so this is from the whale. It's no surprise to me. Oh, by the way, I have very few bike parts to choose from because I've been so short on money. I never wanted to buy bike parts. They're super expensive. But it is really no surprise to me that these are faster. Wait, are they faster? I'm sorry. I'm confused. Red... Oh, so it's left to right. So the max speed is filling up this way. Okay, now it makes sense. I was like, it's getting smaller. So these are just... I wouldn't be surprised if these are the fastest items in the game. That kind of makes sense. But this is the most max speed, but it is not the fast acceleration and handling. But I will tell you, the crystal, the noise it makes actually is really annoying. So yeah, let's do it. We're gonna do the whale, and I freaking love this color pattern. I have shirts like this. For sure. Cool. And you know what? Oh, I can't do anything. Okay, I thought maybe this person would sell something. Oh, yeah, look at this. Oh, yes. Okay, good. I wanted it to shoot some kind of stream. And here we are. We're getting 2 more masks today. Every mask I get is up for consideration about who I am as a character. Because I will return home wearing the mask that embodies what I've learned on the gliding. Climbing mask is we'll say a front runner. Except I just really don't like the whole mask. That's the worst reason not to pick it, though. I am not uploading at maximum. Climber's mask. Boom. I should, like, maybe... I'm actually kind of curious, like, I should look up the achievements. I like getting achievements, right? I mean, everybody does, but... Well, maybe not everybody, but I like getting achievements, but I also don't generally, like, look up how many I've gotten. But I feel like for this game, I may actually have, like, all the achievements. So, look at that face. Don't love it. I don't love it. That's the Climber's mask. Now, the Entertainer's mask. This one is personally, for me, the human player, something exciting. When I was younger, I used to be involved in, like, theater and stuff a lot, and that was always something I really enjoyed doing. I am currently a Twitch streamer. This is a form of entertainment. Hello, everybody. So, is that Sable? Probably not, to be honest. So I would say the Entertainer's mask is probably not right for Sable. She likes to explore, she likes to climb, she likes to help people, she likes to get chumigs, she doesn't generally, achievement, entertain people. But the fact that we have it is still just really impressive. This doesn't quite look like it did on the person that was wearing it before. Okay, here's the Entertainer's mask. It looks like a puppet. I got a new puppet, by the way. It's a shark. Here's the Entertainer's mask. Oh, is it a puppet or is it a chew toy? I'm a puppet. Sorry. That away. Okay, so I'm gonna wear the Entertainer's mask for a little bit, but that is just like hilarious. I feel like a bird is gonna swoop down and try to attack me. Okay. Yeah. We just got 2 more masks. Like, I don't know if somebody wants to Google this, but without any spoilers, just a count of how many masks there are. In my brain, from like whatever I Googled before the first time I played, I had 9 in my head. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. I think that's 1 more than I thought I was going to even have at the end of the stream today. So, that's amazing. And this bike is amazing. Everything is amazing. Okay. Look at this. There's 4 quests left. Okay. Before we do that one, let's just do this real quick because... Why am I doing that one real quick? I think I maybe messed up that quest and I didn't give great advice, but that's where we're fast traveling to anyways. So we're going to fast travel, turn in this quest, and then head down to the last location. Oh, this town is like so poorly optimized. Still got the splashing going on. So that's... I don't, at least this one has a quest marker, so I don't have to, like, remember exactly where this person is. Yeah, there we go, now I remember. Okay, so, just so you know, this is the person of the Atomic Priesthood, which, by the way, I'm dressed very similar to. I think I'm wearing their top, but I am not a member. They give me a little bit of culty vibes. And they were looking for their person who was like their greatest speaker, the person who gave me the Entertainer's badge. And she basically just said she didn't really enjoy her work and she wanted to know the value of art and her poetry. That these people treat her really well and they provide her a very comfortable life for spreading her message, but for her it isn't her truth. I tried to guide her, but the game forces you into like yes or no answers without a lot of nuance. And a conversation like that takes a lot of nuance. So, let's see what the resolution is, because she just said thanks, you've given me a lot to think about, and then done. We don't know what you said to her, but we're grateful that you said it. Oh, that means she went back. Ugh, I don't know that I love that. Laura has returned with a renewed passion, and we credit you. So thank you, Glider, and be safe. Farewell. Ugh. I don't love it. I kind of wanted her to leave. But like I said, the game didn't allow for a lot of nuance. Wow. We're down to 3 quests, and we're about to maybe knock this one out. Wow. I honestly thought I would be struggling a lot more with getting some of these things done today in one stream, and we're just a little over 2 hours in, and we are like nailing it. That's great. That is great. Wow. I wonder if there's anything... I'm just completely missing. I know I haven't necessarily gotten everything, but... let's see what this signpost says. Right? The whale... Okay, so that's everything that is an actual waypoint on the map. So, okay. Let's hope we find this thing. I keep saying how fast everything is going, which is great, and then I just take an hour to find this. Nope, there it is. And it's one we haven't done. Wow, I can't believe I remembered that. I have a notoriously kind of bad memory, and this game is proving that wrong in a way, and I think it's because it leaves such a... how do I say this? Like, I don't want to sound like super cheesy, but this game really leaves a mark, a positive mark on my memory. Like, I really look forward to playing it. I really remember some key details about it that I often forget in other games. So, I'm just really having a good time. Man, that is great. Great. Copyright. Okay, well, this is loading. We'll look down here. Okay. Boom. Man. Wait, where'd it go? So this is the last one, right? That's crazy. There is something I absolutely want to show you all tonight, though, to wrap up the conversation about planets. We are not fully done with that. This is the last one. I'm just curious if I get, like, a message now. I should bring... So it just says I should bring it. Does it pop up? Here's what I don't know. This game does not use a lot of quest waypoints. If I had gotten all 6 before I discovered that, would it have popped up? Don't know. I might not have ever found that. This might have just been a completely unresolved quest. I'm ending this game next week. I mean, unless something completely unexpected happens, but I feel like I have a pretty good sense of the flow of this game right now. So, let's see what this guy has to say. Oh, for his Giddy, and I can't help but get excited along with her. I feel like we're doing something quite important. I'm making decent progress on the first inscription. Something about victory or success. Not sure yet. Lots of nuance. I'll take a look at the new stuff. And you go out and see what else you can find. Oh, that's cool. Well, here we go. We're going to fast track this. Oh. I should speak to the Machinas. Yeah. Hello? Hello? You're a lifesaver, Sable. That's all the inscriptions. The first two suggest they might be instructions to build something. But the third part seems to be where all the good stuff is. That's what she means by good stuff. The why and what of it all. Why are we building this? And what are we building? I suspect that this is a bit of a treasure hunt. And you're meant to make your own prize. Hello. This is a type of loot. I'm always looting. In which case, part of the game is solving the third clue. So you think your work is done for now, and mine begins. Give me a few days. Oh. Okay. I think this might be the only, like... okay. This might be the only puzzle that is, like... come back in a few days. I'm not sure if I've seen one of those before. Is that just a saying? No, it says come back soon. I know how to track the day, like the hours of the day. It's right over there. It's like 9 in the morning. I don't know how to track the number of days. Okay. I don't know what to do with that. Oh, but wait. Hello? Wasn't there another ring here? Where did that ring go? Right? There was a ring here because I jumped through it. So that's something, right? Are we just ignoring the fact that there was another ring? Was that glitched? Was it actually supposed to be down here, but it was up here? Right? I went through a ring, right? Also, just a side note, I came in from the top, but this game generally has anything that's a waypoint on the map. There's generally like 2 to 3 to 5 Choom available around it, and I saw kind of one, but I would suggest that that's not even the case. So let's jump on the roof and just double check for Choom. We have 101 Choom. We have more than the queen has asked for. But we don't just do the bare minimum. We are here for her. Oh, oh, I knew it. I knew it. I can sense the Choom. I can sense them. Choom 102. That might be the only one here. Can I climb this? I can. Poorly. We came in from this angle, so there's... I don't expect to be very surprised about climbing this tower. I'm doing it just as a matter of a formality, but it also gives me a little bit of a view. Maybe I didn't quite see. Yeah. Okay, yeah, there's no Choom up here. This is where we came in, so we would have saw it. All right, we found the one Choom. I like that this person's like come back in a few days and like they're just wandering around this area, like going back to this ship and stuff. That's kind of cool. Okay, gang. So that's the gliding is the quest. This is how we end the game. When I'm ready to end, I return to the clan. Okay, building the queendom. We know about this. We have 20. This is the ancient race. We are out of quests. The quest is come back in a few days. That's absolutely amazing. So we missed 2 or 3 areas over the last couple months and didn't even realize it. So before we call it a wrap, let's do a little bit of exploring. And I want to go back to the watch and show everybody what these planets look like. This is like, there's like a little planetarium in here. And this coupled with the information that we got from the whale should be kind of revealing. So this is just an area called the Watch. I came here a few weeks ago, and I already solved all this, so this should only take a minute. But as we wrap this up, there is a full story to tell. The story of the mysteries of this world, and the story of Sable herself. This was built like by the ancient people. Everybody in town refers to it as like, oh, the Watch, and they also refer to kind of the mysteries of the Watch. Ooh. Hopefully I don't have to resolve this whole puzzle, because the last time I was in here, everything was moving. But we'll see. And remember, the humans didn't bring the weird properties of this planet with them. This bubble, other people have referred to it as like, oh yeah, like it dies down with age. That's how other people talk about it. So they're like, oh, I remember when I was young and I had my bubble. This bubble that saves you from fall damage. Like, what is this, like, weird energy source? You put these all together, this all moves around, you solve this puzzle, and then this opens up, this face. This is not really a human thing. Now check this out. This is our solar system. Earth is not one of these planets, as far as I can tell. We are the planet that glows like this. That's us. So, Earth came into the solar system, or Earthlings, to terraform that. Maybe this was built by them. Look at this statue. They're holding a helmet. A mask, if you will. A mask that looks a lot like this. Why would they have built this? And what knowledge was this built from? Wow, there's just so many things I feel like I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so you see that like triangle planet, or a pyramid rather. Triangle. Okay, so in front of me, some kind of projection appears as if by magic. It's floating geometry. I see lights blazing in the sky. I wonder where it came from. As I focus on each element of this complex visualization, I realize that there is something being imparted to me, and that I am reading and understanding things. This is like psychic. This is intellectus. This is just like how the Tomb Queen talks to me. She talks to me psychically. Knowledge comes in new, yet feels innate, as though I'm being reminded rather than taught. I decided to put my focus towards... Even the shape of the sun is interesting. Like, what are those weird points on it? The smallest planet nearest the sun. Emis and her 2 moons flit about the sun like moths dancing on a flame. The goat-headed god, patron of the Ibexi, the clan that I'm a part of. Her wisdom and resolve made for some very favorite stories growing up. She seemed more accessible than the other gods. Okay, so it's like a planet and then 2 moons. So there's like the horn, right? Okay. My teacher would say that Emis is to look when Rahona's too preoccupied for us. I picture her on the cliff, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't really matter. All right, the point is, I want to show you. Well, also, yeah, look at the glittering ring, like the asteroid belt or whatever. Like, everything in this solar system is weird, and as far as I know, it's accurate. But, okay, this is the one that matters. No, that's not the one that matters. Sorry, this is the one that rings. Don't worry about that. This is like a beetle planet. It's full of beetles. I don't know how I know that. Like, some of this knowledge has, like, leaked through also. Maybe it's the intellectus, but it's, like, people know some of these things. Not the ring planet. No. Where's my planet? Is it just the second planet? It's just weird that that's this planet. Okay, sorry. It's just called the second. I thought it'd have a better name. The second planet is Midden, our sandy little home of an unremarkable rock, made warm and vibrant by the power and energy of the perpetual. That is what the people, before they crash land on the planet, were saying. Like, there is some energy source that's creating this plasma shell. That was not brought by the humans. So the magic of this planet, the magic of the planet existed before humans came. Looking at it in this way, I see another side of the perpetual and cannot help but notice that we look ensnared and imprisoned by it. I'm so glad I came back here, because that's exactly what the humans on the ship said, that they would never be able to get out. A cold wind passes, but warms as I remind myself, no, we are not being possessed. We are being protected. What are we being protected by? This was a planet of so much like radiation that we couldn't, like, nothing could survive here until humans terraformed it. But here's what we're being protected by: an unknown geometry. I look upon the shape that I struggle to describe. That's funny, because I just struggled to describe it myself. It is pure and strange geometry, so bizarre and yet so orderly that it cannot be organic. Now remember, whatever is giving us this information, I have to assume it's true, because it's like some weird psychic connection. I know immediately that this is the Ma. This is the impossible thing that birthed the whale. I'm so glad I went back here, because I've read this like a month and a half ago and I didn't remember this connection. This is the Ma. This is the impossible thing that birthed the whale. The whale, now I know, is the mothership of the humans that came to terraform. So, if I'm interpreting this all correctly, that is a human-built space station that essentially made a ship. It's like it's a ship dock. I know from stories, from history, and from the knowledge that seeps into my brain here, that this was made by living things, sentient ones with plans and intentions. But even though I know it, I cannot fathom it. Its scale is incomprehensible. I would agree with that. It's bigger than our planet, which is crazy. The magnitude of such a thing, even in replica, I cannot look at it for long. Something in me loathes it. I don't know why. I decided to put my focus towards, okay, whatever. How cool is that? That's why I wanted to come back here. We got all the knowledge from the whale and the ships and the human and the history, and then we come back here with that knowledge fresh, and this means so much more than it did the first time I came here. That is really cool. So, the humans, I would assume that would just take hundreds and hundreds of years, but who knows. So this is way in the future. It's way into the future anyways, because it's at least like several hundred years since humans landed, but it's also like humans had to have the technology to get here. So yeah, it's been a very long time, but humans built essentially a planet that this planet reads as like malice. The weird thing is, though, it's some kind of like malice or trap, and there's this energy that protects us called the perpetual, yet it didn't destroy them all. It allowed them to terraform the planet, and we are likely the descendants of those humans. So why would I get a negative feeling from that place if that's essentially my ancestry? Maybe it's just because I'm so tapped into the energy of this planet. Maybe that's it. Okay, well, this guy said This guy said we need to wait a couple days to go back. I genuinely don't know how long that is. So here's what we're gonna do with all of our money. We're gonna buy stuff. I might get an achievement. I don't know. But I didn't have money this whole game because I didn't realize that you could sell the scrap. So, oh yeah, this doctor has this really interesting quest about plants, yet I can't interact with them. I would love to tell them, hey, go to the whale. There's like a whole thing on plants there. Wouldn't that be a great thing to tell them? Blow their mind. Because as far as I know, nobody else has done the whale. Oh, did I already come to this town? Okay. Really? I want to buy stuff. Take my money. How do I... Okay, let's go here. Oh well. We have to wait a couple days to turn the quest. If I had known that, that would have been the first quest that I did today instead of the last quest, but I had no idea how that worked. So I've already talked to these people, but I'm just kind of talking to everybody. Like, what if there's something I've missed? Ooh, there is something I wanted to try out here though. So I'm glad I came back. But first, let me buy bike upgrades. This town's actually a little hard to get around. Oh, Sable. No unread messages. Great. This town is actually like a little hard to get around. So, it looks like, I don't want to jinx it, but it looks like the patch they did actually kind of worked, because the last time I came here it was like really skippy and kind of hard to move around, and it was actually pretty frustrating. So, cool. Butterfly! These butterflies, I mean, they serve no purpose other than you can sell them. I thought maybe there'd be a quest, but I have yet to run into anyone. And at this point in the game, I feel like I would have run into somebody. Let's buy some bike parts. So, I sold them this crystal last time, and I was thinking it'd be a pretty good way to make some money. But, okay, so I want to buy the front of the bike, and I want to buy the wings. I already have the back. Oh, boom! Achievement! I knew it. Okay, and let's sell some stuff. We're selling everything. We have no use for this stuff in our inventory anymore, right? That's just what's up. And merchants in this game don't have money. And the only reason this person has money is because I just bought all that stuff from them. So that's kind of a cool little feature. And, ooh, it feels good. It feels good to clear out our inventory. I don't think I've ever played a game where I've cleared out my inventory before. Yes. Okay. Here's the next thing we're gonna do. We're gonna try to climb the Seven Sisters. Wait, hold on. Let's get a hint from this person again. I've seen a climber to attempt it rarely ends well. Well, I can float, so there's like literally no way for me to die. We tried this before, but I think the kind of jittery optimization kind of made this impossible, so we'll see. We'll see if it's my skills as a climber, as a player, or if it's just a lack of stamina. We have one more stamina upgrade to go too, and I'm putting it off intentionally. We need to talk to the Tune Queen, and I have opted to hold off for dramatic effect. That's the reason. Okay. Unlike the other area, I don't think we can ride these clouds, which I thought this, like, if it could be anywhere, it would be here, but nope. And in fact, A little bit annoyingly, the smoke is kind of in the way. So these rotate, and we need to... That's right, they rotate kind of down. They kind of rotate like they're undulating. So we need to time it. We need to get on top of one. So then we can jump to other ones. Yeah, this smoke is really in my way. Boy, that is annoying. How would I know which one is the first one we jump onto? I kind of feel like that one would have been a good one to jump onto. Actually, you know what? Once I'm attached, it doesn't use stamina. So maybe this is just a way for me to look around. I don't think we're going to make this one. Shoot. If I go over to the left, I use stamina, but I don't have to climb as high. Ooh, actually... Ooh, am I going to make this? Come on, Sable. Oh, I can't stand on this? Oh, I thought I could stand on this surface. Oh, darn. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. Let's look around. Oh, so close. Oh, it's floating down. So if I just stay in position, I'm floating up because it's floating down. Okay, that's okay. We're going to try to cheat it. Nope. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. That's all right. That's fine. So we are actually completely on the other side of it. Now that one I feel like I can climb on. Oh no, I'm going to have to start all the way over. Come on. Yeah. Oh well, that's fine. All right. Just the reality is the smoke's in the way, and so I don't really have a great way to do that. So that was my plan, and you know what? It almost worked first try. So I would say that's not so bad. I could plan a little better. Oh, so like that one feels really low right there. That one right there. Should I go for it? Should I just go up here, full rest? Oh, but look, it's good. It's getting higher as we speak. Oh wait, I'm on the wrong crystals. This is actually quite far away. Oh, now it's going down. Okay, so all right, get my stamina back. I can do that. Ooh, see, it's too far away now. Shoot, and now it's going back up. Man. Oh, no. Wow. This is actually much harder than I thought it would be. It might be that jumping from that mountain over there is a better choice, but I really doubt it. I remember really struggling in this area. But like I said before, this is not jumping all around like it did before. It was like almost impossible to even control anything. So I'll take that. What if this game is meant to get you to jump from one to the other without climbing to the top of it? This looks like I can make this. I mean, I thought that on the last one, but that's because there was a little lip, and I got to the lip, and it wasn't a resting spot. Oh, boy. Here we go. Oh, man. I don't like how close this is. Well, as we've learned from the other one, it wouldn't matter anyways. Okay. Now we're going down. Okay. Nope. Shoot. Boy, this is, no, this is, I'm doing this completely wrong, I think. I think I'm missing some, like, big strategy point. Also, I really am not a huge fan of the smoke, like, completely blocking my ability to see everything. We're gonna try, like, one more time. I'm not gonna spend all day here. I've done that. Unfortunately, I've done that in this game on other streams. And, all it does is get frustrating because I just end up doing the same thing over and over and not. Usually, if I'm not successful the first or second try, then it's just not something I'm going to be able to do. For whatever reason, that seems to be true in this game. But this is a clear challenge, which is climbing to the top. I think when I went over to that mountain before, I realized how just insanely far away it is. Yeah, look how low that is now. Like it just looks so low. Doesn't that look so jump on and climbable? But then when I actually do it, it's like, yeah. And I think climbing on this crystal is the right move. Maybe I just need to wait. Maybe I'm being I'm greedy. Maybe okay. So this is the dip. Here's the dip. Is that falling faster than I fall? Because if it is, then it's worth it to glide all the way out there. I don't know. We're trying one more time. I say that, but I don't even know like when the other person's going to be done. Okay. Okay, here we go. Come on. Gotta swallow that wrong a little bit. Little aspiration. We're fine. Not this one. Not this one. That one straight across looks like the lowest. Oh, man. Imagine how much easier this would be without the silly smoke. This one looks doable. Is it this one? Is there only one? Look how close this is. This is the one. We wait for it to dip. This is it, right? No. No, that's too high. We just did this one. That's the one with the big lip. You think that's a resting spot. It is not. That might be, though, right there. Is that a resting spot? Is right there between my horns. Is that a resting spot? If it is, we could do that one. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I think that's a trap. It's a trap. We're waiting. This is the last attempt, so that one was really physically close. And I think being close kind of. Oh, what about this one? Is it in a dip right now? I wonder if jumping that way is better. Okay, hold on. Let me get up here. That little extra is going to help. I think this is the one. I think it's coming. I don't know when the timing is, but I think this is the one that we're supposed to do when we do things correctly. Not that one. The other one that's coming. It's behind the smoke. That one is way the heck up there. This one, right here. Yep, this is it. Okay. It's going into the dip, and it's going to heat. It's going to get peak dip right here. So I'm going to try to catch it as it's going down. This is it. Either this is it, or this isn't it. This is my last attempt. Why did I just let go? Not acceptable. Okay. Okay. We are on one. That's something we haven't done before. Now we go to that one. So we wait for it to dip, and for this one to go up. I think they follow the same floating patterns, at least. So we wait. Right? It's got to be that one. It can't be that one. And because these are moving under us, we get a little bit of a benefit from floating towards it. Yeah, right here, right here. There. We were like maybe 1 second late in terms of pure I really need to stop letting go. That is freaking me out, and I'm not pushing a button. I'm holding up. Anyways, what I was saying is, we could have done that one slightly better, but I knew it was still a good jump. Or at least I thought it was a good jump. Okay, what's next? Okay, so that one straight across. Not this one. That might be it. But what about this? What if I'm meant to grab onto the middle pillar and wait. The middle pillar turns slightly faster. No, are these like tidally locked? I think they are. Okay, never mind. So we wait for a peak. Ooh, this is the game of patience in this section, and that's something I'm not great about. Okay, so this is a rise, but that's also a rise. So these two are on the same rise pattern. That's not good. So we need that to fall. Okay, here's a fall. It's a fall and a quick rise. I think that's it. I think that's it. Sable, you need to stop gliding off because you're freaking... What is going on? I could make this climb, and if I don't make it because of that slidey thing, I'm gonna flip out. That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna see me flip out. I've never flipped out on stream. You're gonna see it. I'm gonna lose it. Oh my goodness. It's trying to give me a heart attack. It's trying to give me a heart attack. Okay. Okay. This is called the Seven Sisters, and we have... I was gonna phrase that a little differently, but we have now climbed to top 4. I was gonna use a different word. Okay, so this is, like, that one is super hard right there. That's just a fact. Part of me thinks, like... Oh, no, that's the middle. Okay, so then this is the next one, right? Oh, no. Oh, no. I don't know that these are ever in a position where this one becomes doable. I think, if this is where I find out we need more stamina, I'm going to be super bummed. That's a ledge. That's a ledge. That we can stand on. That's our target. Okay, dip. Rise. Boy, that is a big distance there. We're gonna need a bigger rise and a bigger dip. Oh, it's turning. It's also rotating, which would make it easier to climb. This is it. Nope, not that. Oh, not then. We missed it, but we need it to rotate towards us. We missed it. There, down, down, down. Okay, I don't think we got this. I don't think we got this, especially because Sable keeps slipping. If there's no slips, I might have timed this perfectly. Come on, come on, don't slip. Don't slip. I don't know what that slipping is. It only happens in on these like crystal rock, floaty rock things. I think it's happened like 2 other times. Come on, come on. Okay, okay. No slipping. My shoulder hurts. Unrelated shoulder injury. Not related to this game. This is sympathy pain for Sable climbing. Okay. I mean, now if we fall and I don't screw up falling, we will land right back there. So I have a little bit of a mental break. See that falling though? Not a fan. Not a fan. Okay. Okay. Holy smokes. We're doing it. We're doing it. We are doing it. There's no way I can make that, right? Actually, if I time it right, I can almost float to it. This is stressful. Welcome to the show, Mara, or welcome to the chat at least. Yeah, I think I may have just missed my opportunity right then. Oh, you know what? Duh. Not duh. Oh, please don't. Oh, no, please don't break the game. Okay. I'll get another, like, 6 feet here. Oh, I might have missed my chance. I don't want to risk it now. I need that to be turned the other way. Okay, here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna leave this on, and I'm gonna go take a quick bio break. And I hope my timing is right. I'll be like right back. Like. Okay, I'm looking around like, what are we looking at exactly? Okay. The platform I was on also turned around. But I think that was the correct thing to do. And we're back. Here we are, climbing the Seven Sisters. Oh, but no, look, my crystal is now rotated outwards, so that actually the platform I'm on is not, this is not optimal. This is there's too many rotating bodies. Oh. Okay, that's okay. That's okay. So we need this to rotate and that to rotate, right? It's happening right now, but at what speed? If we can just catch the edge. Oh, man. I really do think, based on my climbing so far, that you almost have to be optimal with each jump. Because there hasn't been a ton of leftover stamina. Okay, so one more undulation, and I think we got it. So, this is going to go down. That goes up. Here we are. This is it. 1, 2, 3. Come on. This is also the first jump in a while that we've been going towards the rotation, which means we lose some of that benefit. Oh, come on, tell me I timed this right. Look. Look at all that extra stamina. Whew. Okay. All right. Nice, safe platform. Oh. Okay. I'm sweating. Linden. Okay. I was actually like, let's also be real, I was hoping for like 1 or 2 Chumegs along the way. Don't get me wrong, I'm fine with getting to the top. That's an achievement. Oh no, did I screw this up? Oh no. Okay, no. Sometimes you can't like climb over ellipse really. Come on. Yes. No, what? No, what's that? What is that? Ah. Oh. All right, Kerr, you have an amazing day at work, and thank you for joining me today. Oh. Okay. This is it, folks. I mean, this is the Seven Sisters. We are assuming there's no bugs or some terrible thing happens, we are about to get to the top. And of course, there is a Chum baby egg ready to be taken back to the queen. I am so happy to see you. I do, however, expect there to be like 2 or 3 more. Like, what's going on up here? You know what? It's okay. We're over 100. We're at 103 Chum eggs. The queen has asked us for 100. We did it. Weirdly, there's no achievement or anything, but we know we did it. That was no joke. And remember, I had failed twice. I had failed 3 or 4 times in a previous stream, but I upgraded my stamina, and there were 1 or 2 jumps where I absolutely needed max stamina. That's a fact. And we did it. We don't need an achievement because you and I know, and Sable knows, we achieved it. That's awesome. There's so much about this game that is just for us, right? We're here on the gliding. We are here exploring who we are. And this is who we are. This is who we are. We are the explorers. If there was an explorer mask, then the choice would be made. It'd be a done deal. There's a whale ship mask. Maybe that's as close to the explorer as I can go. There's a cartographer's mask. Those are the people that make the maps. If it didn't look so stupid, I'd consider that. It's out. Climbing mask. Also hate the look of it, even though I love lizards. Explain that to me. Can't do it. Machinist mask. I like riding the bike. I'm not that big in tune with it. The entertainer's mask. Looks like a puppet. It's rather silly. That's fun. Guard masks. No, I don't. Not really bought into the authoritarian system. The beetle mask. Interesting concept, but it like flickers. It's creepy. The ibex mask. This is the mask of my clan. It's the first mask I got, other than the child mask. It doesn't represent me as an explorer. The merchant mask. No. Sandworm mask. Super creepy. Do not want to go about wearing that. The scrapper mask, something I'm quite good at naturally, which is finding scrap and selling it, but it's not who I am. And then the shade masks. So next week we have to decide on a mask. However, this quest is still not done. The ancient race. That might give us a mask. That might give us something else to investigate. It said I need to give Machinist Fear a few days to decipher. I don't know what a few days are, but one thing we did with our time was climb to the tallest, most difficult point, maybe in the whole game, but at least in this area. So that's pretty cool. So let's, I guess let's, oh, I already did that. Clear. Let's pop back here and check on their progress. I don't know how long to take. Let me just, before I do that, just kind of look around. I don't know if there's anything else that I've just like completely missed in terms of, like, what's that? Like, it's a square? I'm gonna mark that. We're gonna go check that out. Like, just something that is on the map that maybe I didn't look at. We looked at all of this. This area I feel like I got pretty well. This game is coming to an end, and that is going to be the purpose of next week's stream. This game ends next week. I don't know exactly how it's going to end, but it will end next week. Let's turn this in and see what they have to say at this point. I don't actually know where they are because they're walking around, which is kind of cool. Not a lot of characters do much walking around, so actually I don't mind that. That this character is hard to get a hold of. Ah, there you are. Hello. Can I assume this means you're done? If you're just hanging out on your platform? I'm still working on it. Come back soon. Okay. Alright, in our quest to also hit up the towns and buy stuff, I actually, because of the main quest here, I turned in the machinist because I believe that he broke the power on behalf of the merchant, whatever. It doesn't really matter. But I can't buy the ship parts. But, oh man, there was a spot in this game, and I do not remember where they were selling. I've been there. They were selling boat parts. I want to say it's in this land. You know what? This is really bad, but I'm going to look this up because I've already been there. So I'm just going to Google it because I don't remember where it was. Sable boat. Yeah, boat for sale. That's, oh no, that's going to bring up all kinds of weird stuff on Google. Sable game. boat. I could watch, there's 18 videos on it that I could watch, but I don't really want to watch a video right now. So, I guess we're not doing that. I remember being at a really high point, so let me travel here. Maybe, if this is it, that'll be funny. Like my first thought. Like, so the cartographer doesn't sell it, but like, I don't know if you remember this. Oh, that's it. That's it over there. Okay, how do I get there? That's it. Yep, I remember now. Okay, so apparently I didn't need to Google it. All I needed to do was take some time to think about it. So, okay. I've done it before, so I have more stamina now than I did, so I know I can do this. Climb up this rock, jump over there, climb up that. Easy peasy. Almost missed the jumpy. Never assume something's too easy. Just almost slid down the mountain there. Grayley! Welcome to the show. And you are first. Although I've been streaming for 3 hours, you are the first to redeem first. Congratulations on being the first. You're the firstest first that ever firsted today. And my nose itches. You should know. I should tell you this. Next week is our last week for sure. We have wrapped up pretty much every quest. I can't even go into what you missed because we got all the logs for the humans that crash landed here and terraformed this planet. We kind of have a really solid understanding. I have 103 total tomb eggs. I have 3 more than I need for my next turn-in. You know those glowing rings? I got all 6 of those. I'm trying to figure out the best way to get over there. I've done this before, so I know there's a way. I must have jumped from over there. That seems more like it. I got all the glowing rings solved, so I got 6 of the keys. I plugged in the keys into this ancient looking kind of energy place. There's a machinist there named Fear, and she says that she needs a couple days to study it. And that's where we are right now. I was essentially giving her time to study it. So, while doing that, I climbed the Seven Sisters Crystal Tower. I don't know if you remember that from a while back. I have no idea why the game is lagging all of a sudden. Oh, that was... I sure missed that again. So I climbed the Seven Sisters Crystal Tower. No achievement for that. A little disappointing, TBH. And now that I have all of this money, look at that, I have 3,000 money. I don't know why it still says plus 195. Game's getting a little buggy all of a sudden. But now that I have all this money, I want to buy the bike parts that I just didn't feel like I could justify spending the money on before. That's because I didn't know there was a scavenger scrap turn-in, or I would have had all this money a long time ago. Yeah, I really don't know why that 195 is stuck there. I'm gonna pause it and unpause it, maybe see if that does anything. And while I'm up here, I might as well just double check and make sure I didn't miss any chews. Looks good. Okay. Are we going the right way? Yeah, this is the right way. Can I climb this? If I can climb this, I get a few more inches on my jump. Nope. Okay. So, yep, this is where we're going. Ooh, I hope this is right. I've done this climb before, so I know it's possible. It's just a matter of remembering it. I remember several streams ago now, I got all the way up here, and there was a boat for sale, and it was too expensive, and I didn't want to buy it, and not an issue anymore. I'm rolling in it now. So that's what we're doing. We're wrapping up this game. Just real quick, let me show you the quest log. This is it. Building the queendom. I'm gonna definitely do that. Gliding, which is go home and end the game, and then the ancient race, which is wait for a couple days for that person to say they're ready to investigate. So, I mean, this is great. This is it. So, this looks pretty straightforward. Just jump over here. I'm assuming it's where the smoke is. Like I said, I've done this before. So usually where the smoke is where there's like people. And that's like their little campfire. Oh. Whew. That's a plant. Thought it was a chum. Nope. I got real excited. We have enough for the next turn in, and I'm still going to collect every single one I see. Like, I feel like that's a pretty solid plan. Considering chum eggs are my favorite collectible ever in a video game, I'll be happy to bring the queen way more than she asked for. These probably are the hardest ones to get. Hello, hey there, can I help you today? Yeah. You can help me. Buy it. Buy it. Buy it. I still have 3,000 of whatever this money is. And you know what? Sell you this butterfly. Boom! Oh, it just goes into my inventory. I don't get it right now. But that's still pretty cool. I guess it'll probably look like this. We're gonna find out. Okay. We bought all the ones there. We bought all the ones there. Right? We bought all the ones there. There might be, honestly, the way this game is, there might be like hidden locations or something we don't even know about, but it is what it is. I don't think I can buy any here, but we're gonna just double check. Oh, also, speaking of money to spend. Oh, yeah, there's this guy. Okay, sorry. Oh, and look at my bike. Boom. Got this from the whale, and then got these colors just from talking to people, so yeah, kind of a big deal. Okay. That's interesting. No, I need to talk to the machinist. No. Maybe I can't buy any bikes here because the guy is, like, in jail. I could buy some fruit. Cool. Not going to. Thanks, Josh. This guy. Okay, alright, this guy's got it. Yes! Okay, good. I don't think... Oh, he's got a lot. You know what? Sure. We're gonna buy the colors, too. Just everything. I'm gonna run out of money so fast. Oh, now I'm regretting this. Okay. Before I even look at how much money I have, let's buy the clothes. Clothes are the top priority. Oh, bike aficionado achievement. Big spender. Exactly. Okay, there we go. Man, we did it. All right. That's awesome. Okay. This is why I'm doing it. We're just maxing out this game, basically. And I may have already bought this. We're gonna check it out. This guy will only talk to The person wearing the Thieves Guild mask. I know that's not the name of it, but this quest reminded me so much of the Thieves Guild. Oh, now I know this person's wearing an entertainer mask. Remember, I had no idea what that mask was before. Yeah, what can I do? Yeah, I'll buy some stuff. Oh, yes, you have things for me to buy. Purchase, 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 purchase. I thought I already bought those clothes, though, so... Am I out of money? Is that it? I'm out of money. I'm out of money. Cool. That's fine. I don't know how the achievements work, but here's what I'll do. I'm just gonna put on all the clothes. Like, it might, you know, it might tell me that, like, I need to, like, wear them before it registers that I got them. Oh, that was it? Okay. I do love a cape. That would be cool if not for the mask thing on the front. I don't really like that. This is still our mask. This is still our mask. For now. Okay, well, I'm out of money, so... I did it. Come here, bike. Nope. Nope. Stay there. Alright, I don't know how many days I should have waited, or that, you know... I just checked it, and it's been, like, maybe 12 hours, so I kind of don't want to go back yet. Ooh. We might... I wanted to do this before I ended the stream, so... Let's just look around and see if there's anything else that stands out as somewhere we need to go. Let me just also check my systems resources. It's kind of acting weird. Oh, anti-malware service executable is running at 6%. So that's not a lot, but I've just noticed anytime that thing is doing something, things seem to not work as well. Computers. But I also think it's this area. Okay, so I'm gonna fast travel, and then I'm gonna check out that dot that I put on the map, and then we're checking back in with that machinist guy. I want to get this resolved. I want to see what happens. This tower, by the way, like, speaking of, like, memories, this is one of the first things I did when I left my, like, hometown area. Because it's very visible. It's one of the most visible things. It's this giant balloon, and it's meant to be because you jump up here and you buy a map. And then the map guides you where else to go. And he'll even tell you, oh, the town's that way, the town's west, whatever. So that's, I don't know. I'm getting a lot of nostalgia. Let's look at the calendar. Next week will be the final installment of this game. And it will be almost exactly 2 months since I first played it. So that's kind of cool. It's been a game that, like, lives in my memory. And that's really cool. There's other games like that have an impact for different reasons, like Team Fortress 2. That game lives in my memory because I put 1,000 hours into it, right? I used to play that endlessly. So, Half-Life, both the original and 2, because it was a huge game changer to, like, the industry in the time. Like, these things are landmarks. And then we have something like Sable, which I never in a million years would have thought that it would have this kind of impact, but it resonates with me in terms of, like, a game that is a coming of age game, and it actually feeling like me, the player. That was a cool jump, by the way. Me, the player, kind of has a say in this, like, kids like Destiny. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading way too much into it, but you know what? It's my game. I can read into it as much as I want. What exactly am I looking for? I'm looking for a square. Can I get to the top of that tower? I have no idea why I'm here. It's just the only, like, straight up square on the map. When I was a kid, I went through my gravel driveway. You know, I didn't have cell phones back then. So there wasn't a lot to do. And I was going through my gravel driveway, and I found a perfectly square rock. And I thought for sure it had to be a piece of metal or something like that, right? So I ran a magnet over it. Nope, wasn't metal. I don't know how to get up here, but I really want to get up there because it's square. So we are going to try, but we're not going to spend all day here because it doesn't really look like I can. So the point is, I took it to one of my teachers, and I said, I found this in my driveway, and I'm trying to figure out if it's a rock. And she had no idea. So that quest went on for like weeks, and all of my friends thought I lied and that I didn't actually find it, because you know this is how friends are. But my point is, I spent probably 4 months trying to figure out if it was a rock or not. And my conclusion, although I was like 6, was that it was a rock. So, but I can't prove that it was a rock, but I can prove that it wasn't a piece of metal, because it wasn't magnetic. Now, that's a certain kind of metal. Cool. Break. Wasn't expecting to break there, so I'll take that. And I guess I could have tested if it was conductive, but I don't think I understood that when I was a kid. I don't still have it. I have nothing from when I was a kid. We moved around a lot. So, but my point is, I need to know what this square is. I need to know what the square is. Okay, let's go for it. It looks like a lip that maybe I can stand on right there. This is kind of the beginning area, so I forget how forgiving it is compared to the later areas that we just saw earlier. Oh, well, it might be forgiving, but I can still fall off. Now, if there happens to be a Chumeg up here, I will be very pleased. Just side note. Ooh. Oof. Oof. What time is it? Man, you know the thing about this game is I look over the clock and I'm always surprised. This game goes so fast. For a game where you don't really do a whole lot, it goes quite fast, if that makes any sense. Oh, Grayly just redeemed a stretch break. That is an excellent idea. Thank you very much. We're gonna just we're gonna sit up straight. We're gonna do a little twist. Let's do a little twist. Oh yeah. Everybody watching, please feel free to also take a stretch break. It is probably a good idea. Oh, we're just gonna stretch this way. Oh, there we go. Ooh. Oh, yeah, and actually, let's just pull these shoulders in and out, in and out. Also, just let me take a second to just acknowledge everybody watching, everybody in the chat. Thank you so much. Just, hello. Rayleigh's gonna get some coffee. That sounds like an excellent idea. For me, it is 10:30 p.m. I'm over here in California, but many of you are all over the world, which is pretty cool. It's something I never considered when I started Twitch. In my very first Saturday, it was there was a person from Germany on, and I thought, oh, somebody from Germany is watching me. For some reason, that never occurred to me. So that was kind of cool. Ooh, double coffee. That's a great idea. So, I'm looking at the square. I see nothing. So, there is no square. It's some kind of bug. I don't know. But that's pretty funny. I still got to the top of this. I still climbed to the top of this. That means something to me as an explorer. It would have only been better if I had found a Chumig. I will say it's very rare for them to be in places that don't have some other meaning, like a fast travel location or some reason for being there. You don't typically find Chumigs in the middle of nowhere. Or at least I don't. They might be, and maybe that's something... You know, if you were to 100% this game, maybe that's something you'd have to really know and figure out. But, I mean, while we're here, right, let's climb to the top of this. Ooh, I'm knocking stuff off my desk. Oh, you know what? I just realized my phone is not charging. Let me charge that thing. Takes forever to charge. Okay. No Chumig up here. I didn't think there would be because I could kind of see the peak. Alright, well this is kind of just like a weird little day. Oh, well apparently a GeForce Game Ready driver is available. That might explain some of my skipping. It was probably downloading. How about you not pop up when I'm full screen, GeForce? Okay, here it is. Here's the square. Here's the square pebble that we found in our yard. Oh. I want to get right on it. I want to get right on it just to say we did. Okay. Or not. Oh. Whoa. Okay, hold on. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble. This is it. I'm almost on it. What? And the game just crashes. Okay, we did it. We did it, folks. Let's go try to turn in that quest. I don't know. That's the thing about this game. I don't know. You know, I don't know how many people played it. I was on a stream, another person's stream, and the game came up, and they said they had played it. So it is a game people have played. People are not currently playing it, really. But for those of you who have played it, I'm curious if you get the same level of enjoyment I do, just wandering around doing nothing. There's so few games I can say that about. And in fact, I usually feel like a lot of like stress. I don't know if that's quite the right word. Anxiety is a very big word. So I almost don't want to use that, but I feel this like need to be accomplishing something in other games that I feel less of here. I'm still the same me playing this game, but in a way the pressure is off, and I can I'm enjoying a little bit more of doing nothing, which is almost like a sim game in that way. Not The Sims. That game is very stressful to me. Lurkster played it, loves it. Yeah, exactly. That's I don't know. I'm rambling. Let's hope it's been enough time. No, I'm still working to come back soon. There's no waiting in this game. Look at my ship. Side note. Maybe this is a sign that turning in this quest is for next time. And maybe we call it a game here. Really wants to go sailing. You know what? I'm sorry. You're right. Look at me trying to end the game. No, we have to check out the boat we got. What am I doing? You're right. So I am as I load this, I do want to talk about next week. I am working on something. I'm working on something that should be kind of fun. Wow. Look at all this I got. Oh, greatly. 3 months. This must be my 3-month anniversary. Basically, because you subscribed pretty much immediately. So, thank you so much for the subscribe. I am changing the color. I didn't mean to change the colors. Oh, I actually got some weird. But yeah, thank you very much for the resubscribe. That is awesome. Here's my boat. This thing is very fast. Wow. Okay. I actually didn't look at the stats, but it handles like a boat. But it is very fast. Cool. 3 is the best number, or, well, one of them. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of great numbers. Personally, it's hard for me to rank them. But if you're comfortable ranking them, I support that. Okay, this thing is, like, really crazy fast. I kind of thought the, It's actually not that it's bad at turning. It's that it's weird at turning. It's drifting. It's drifting. That's what it is. All right, cool. All right, let's check out the other ones. Yeah, what else did I get? I just bought them all, so I didn't even look. I kind of want to, like, do them in sets. You can mix and match, but that seems silly to me. This one's actually more acceleration, but way less max speed. So this is a delivery bike? Okay, so this... Okay, this is actually just bad. This feels bad, but it's perfect for what it is. It's a delivery bike. There's a big old cage on the back. It's totally fine for what it is. Okay, I mean, let's put together the fastest bike, right? Oh wait, well, before we do that, first of all, I can do purple. Giraffe? This is giraffe, right? Giraffe bike. This is a giraffe bike. Why is it called that? I have no idea. It's a giraffe bike. I'm a giraffe. Alright. The giraffe bike is... it makes cool noises, but look at the turning. The turning is terrible. The turning is terrible. The turning's worse than the boat. It's worse than the bike, the delivery bike. The turning is terrible. What other full bike set did I get? Oh yeah, I had enough money to buy one of these parts before, but I didn't get the other parts. That's... Oh, handling. Handling is the... I'm in the way. I'm in the way. I'm in the way. Handling is this bottom option here. So we have max speed, acceleration, but handling. So the one I was just on had terrible, well, everything, including handling. But let's see. Ooh, yeah, look at that. This has nice handling. This is nice. This is nice. I gotta get up before I straight up fall out of my chair. That'd be pretty funny. Okay, so this, the crystal set is good, personally. The noises it makes bother me. That's a fact. Cool, but I would say it's a very good bike. Oh, the shade. So this is the bike, you know, driven by the person who is, like, pretending to be whatever, like, the Thieves Guild person. That's cool. The sounds are kind of cool. Like, it's kind of like a creepy, kind of like dark, almost like ominous, kind of like there. It's almost like a laugh. That's cool. I like it, and it's about average in terms of how it feels in terms of driving. So it's not like a huge upgrade or huge downgrade, but it's definitely like a look. And this is the last one. Unless the quest that I'm in the middle of trying to finish gets me a bike or a mask, I don't know. Wow, look at that. Look at that jump in acceleration. It keeps going to the color. And here we go. It's funny that I'm, like, out of money, but as far as I know, there's nothing else I can buy. If I had done things better, there was probably one more set maybe I would have been able to buy, but that guy went in jail. Oh, look at that. That acceleration, this is max. This is the best acceleration and the best handling. Oh. Oh, I had no idea. I thought the whip... Wow. Noticeable difference immediately. Look at that handling too. Wow. It's probably hard to tell just watching me spin around in the desert here, but this is maybe compared to the second best bike, this is not some massive upgrade, but compared to like an average one, yeah, wow, that's got a nice feel to it. I wonder if there's any, like, brick-based, like, jumps like that. Like, can I get an achievement for doing that? Jump off a bike and float for, like, 3 minutes? Ah! 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 It's coming at me! Was that movie with the vehicles? Christine? Is that where the vehicles attack people? Is that some Stephen King thing? I know it's a book, but I've never watched the book. Never watched the book. Never read the book. Never listened to the book, but did watch the old movie, and it was terrible. And this reminds me of that. Well, so okay, so not a huge surprise, but the Speedster bike is the best. It's the fastest. Cool outfit, by the way. Like, what is this mask? Like, can I get up into that mask? I want a mask like that. Turn in the Chumags. No. No. That's for next week. The finale. I don't know how long the finale is going to be. This game might be over an hour from now. I don't know. But the finale is next week, and the first thing we're going to do is turn in the Chumags. Turn in the Chumags. I was gonna thinking about doing the finale tonight, but I was looking through all the quests, and I honestly thought the quest would take me like 4 hours just to like like the last ship. Here's what you missed earlier. The last ship. You know how all these ships have like puzzles and there's batteries and then you have to like jump and you have to do like, oh, and sometimes I get a little stuck, like it's a little embarrassing, but you know, whatever. So this is like bugged. Look at the acceleration is like way off the list. No, the last ship took me like 2 minutes. It was like plug, open. And I was like, what's going on? So I kind of thought that would take me a really long time. So if I had just known, maybe I could have done everything tonight. But let me tell you, the way this game ends is by me going home. And I don't know if I go home, I decide on my final mask and who I want to be, and then the game's over? Or is there a lot of dialogue? I have no idea how it's going to end. So it's going to end next week, is the short version. I feel like I'm missing something. There's one more set of... There's one more set of bikes, because I got... Let me check. Here. The Beetle Booster. I don't have the other Beetle parts. Oh, we're not done. Where do I get the Beetle parts? I thought they were here. Is it this guy? I'd like to trade with you. There's 2 bike parts I don't have. Oh my goodness, and they're so cheap that I can buy them. This is it. I think I have all the bike parts in the game now. I didn't get an achievement though, but I already got an achievement, so maybe they give you one for like 80% of the bike parts. But I don't know, that's still cool. It's still cool that I got all the bike parts. Whatever. Even if the game didn't give me a separate achievement for it, as far as I know, I'm so glad I remembered that. As far as I know, I now have all the bike parts. There you go. And now I have ridden I've ridden them all as well. And this one kind of sucks. All right, have we gone through yet another day? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go turn in this quest, and if it's not enough time, call it a day, and we're gonna turn in that next week. We got a lot done earlier. Okay, I don't have any more scrap to turn in. Fine. We got a lot done this episode. We now have 34 completed quests. And I think 4 or 5 of those are just from today. We have gotten every mask that I've even heard about, because a lot of the ways you get mask is by having 3 badges. I've gotten every mask that there is a badge. So as far as I know, there are no badges in this game that I could get. I have solved every quest. I have helped every innkeeper, every person. I have purchased every bike part. The game is freaking out on me. I have collected, although not turned in, I have collected all of the Chumegs that the Queen has asked. The next upgrade will probably be the final. I don't know that for sure, but that's what it sounded like. I have 13 masks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have 13 masks. I, for some reason, had in my head that there were only 9. This game, not only is it coming to an end, it's coming to a proper end. Meaning, I have achieved the main goal, which is explore this world and gain an understanding of it. And I will talk in detail about that next week. So the fact that this person's out here kind of makes me think maybe the quest isn't ready to be turned in, but we're going to find out. Come back soon. This is the only quest in the game where you have to wait days. So really wish I had done this one first. But I had no idea. So that is where we will leave it, on a bit of a cliffhanger. Next week, I am planning on talking in detail about what we learned. It'll be a little bit of a summary of the whole game and what I have learned, and we will turn in the ancient race, this quest right here, whatever this means, whatever it ends up being. I kind of feel like we're gonna get some bike parts, maybe, just based on the way they're talking. It'd be really cool if we got yet another mask. I have no idea. We're going to turn in the 100th chum egg. That's weird. I haven't said chum since the first stream. I went back and I checked that. It's chum. It's chum. I settled on chum over a month ago. So I will turn in the 100th chum egg, and the chum queen and I will celebrate together. And then I will go home and I will talk to my clan and I will tell them what I've learned. And I will tell them what mask represents me going forward and what I've learned from the gliding. Here is the plan. This next week is a week of finales. And what I mean by that is Saturday is my absolutely last Lego Star Wars. I suspect the episode will take a little over 2 hours, so I might dip into another game that I'll start playing on Saturdays. Saturdays are my fun, cartoon, lighthearted, stream. And then next Wednesday is the conclusion to Sable, and on almost exactly the 2-month anniversary of it. So just thank you everybody for joining me. I can't tell you, how much it means to have people here and saying hello. I'll try not to get too sappy here. It's just I just have a lot of fun doing this. So thank you everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful night and a wonderful week.